All right. Good day, everybody. I think we've got everyone in tabletop. Yes, we do. I see 4 names. How was the week?
Pretty good.
It's alright.
Yeah. A lot of work, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Your cell has been given a whole bunch of shit. Yeah, fair enough.
I'm sick as a dog, but other than that, I got like Advil, colon, sinus pumping through my veins right now. If that kicks out like halfway through the session and I suddenly sound like I'm speaking through like a dryer sheet, I apologize.
It's like you've got all your senses on one side and then like your ability to do stuff on the other side, and you just put like a huge fucking wall of Tylenol right in between. Wham! Problem solved. Hopefully shit on the other side of the wall fix itself. Pizarre? I thought it was Tizar.
No, I said pizza misspelled.
Oh, okay. Alright, perfect. So,
I thought you said cheat.
I am probably the one smoking crack here. So you 4 are going to be playing tonight in a micro-campaign. A couple of sessions in a row of a continuous story, not a single campaign ditty. And during this, I'm going to award to you guys little tokens of basically benefits for your episode 2 characters as we slowly kind of get into that. And this will kind of tie in some incentive and all that, and kind of just be a neat way to reward you guys for playing awesome. It appears we have an all-barbarian team, and you guys have selected the campaign that involves a siege of a city. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of combat and beating the shit out of things. And I
Hell
think
yeah!
that's great. So we're going to jump right into that. We're going to start off with some character backstories, and we're going to tie you guys into the campaign, and then we'll set you off on your merry way. Let's see here. Go ahead, make your tokens, grab your stuff. You guys are all familiar with the rundown here. Got Tiffany and Pizarre over here. Nice. Will, I don't see a token.
I don't actually know how to get a token.
Jesus Christ, William.
Wait, over here.
Yeah,
Well,
believe me.
play well.
We're strong, independent
Years.
women that don't need no man.
Just grab a guy from here.
Woo! He did it. Okay.
Can I get an orc, actually, Alicia?
Yeah, I'd like an orc.
You picky little shits. Let's see.
Just gonna go ahead and move the magic thing like way out of the way since.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so many orcs.
Our entire clan has come to wish us well.
Okay.
I love the physics of these things.
So take your orcs. I'll take the non-colored ones here. Wow, they're very bouncy. Does anybody else remember these being that bouncy?
Orcs are always
Oh.
bouncy.
The bounce dice.
I didn't put them on that. Oh, I should get that. Here, let me get the bouncy
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Shit. You know, if you
I
want
need,
some
like,
bouncy dice, you just put them on
6 dice. Oh god, get it off. Lag, why?
Josh, you made all your dice metallic?
Yeah, dude. Every time. Boom. Alright.
Let you guys do that first. I'll set up.
There we go.
Okay, I've got all of your preliminary stats written down here. Your languages of Common and Orcish have been noted. Your barbarian characters and their garbage intelligence stats have all been written down. And we're ready to tie you into the campaign. So, here's the basic premise. The city of Ked-Um has been under siege by a famous warlord by the name of Jarma. And he has managed to get a massive force of soldiers from all across the lands, some of which range from proper cities that have different grudges against Ked-Um, as well as just random wild men from the steppes and different barbarian and sort of beast types from here and there. Either way, his force is quite formidable, and the city of Ked-Um knows that its days are numbered. This is a fairly well fortified spot with great walls all around it and a good port and everything like that. It's not a little dingy town in the middle of nowhere, but Ked-Um is vastly outnumbered and currently is completely blockaded. All of the land routes into the city along this coastal port are completely taken up with a semicircle of entrenchments that number just way too high for anybody to properly challenge. And the port itself is blockaded by ships as well. Now, luckily, through the force of magic and a couple of spies here and there, Ked-Um has sent out calls for help, and different mercenary bands have been promised great wealth by the nobles of the city, as well as old friendships being called upon to try and get the city additional manpower, and really to summon any possible hands that it could get to try and turn the tide of battle. You are a part of this force. Now, if you wish, you can be coming to the city maybe for reasons like you may have family in the city, you may have simply just a desire for coins, so you've taken up this mercenary contract. You can weave it, however you feel. Let me know what you're thinking. But as we go one by one through your characters, I want you all to tie in some reason, some way that you would agree to travel to the city of Ked-Um to try and defend it from this warlord. Okay? So we'll start here, because you guys are a package deal. Lug and Lug 2. How about you tell me why it is that you would hop on to this job? And also, before that, I guess, preface with your character's backstory.
Lug, do you think this is the evil we were set to eliminate?
Not really sure, but good place to start, I guess. Could use some money.
It is an evil to get out of the way. Best be sure and kill them anyway.
Gotta take them all out until we can find out which one it was.
We can't return home until all evil is gone. Otherwise, we might be wrong.
Or if
May I
the
war
good Lord
God.
Grumps appears to us and tells us that our job is done.
We
All
cannot
hail
bring
Grumps.
dishonor on home. We do it for you, Grumps.
Beats
Perfect.
war drum.
Beats Wardrobe. Okay, so if anybody is curious as to what the fuck that was, we have a couple of half-orcs who are on a quest to defeat evil. They've been sent off by their tribe and are, unfortunately, a little bit misguided, I guess one could say. They've forgotten exactly what it is that the enemy is, so they simply must go out and kill, and hopefully they will kill the evil along the way. But it stands to reason by their orcish proclivities that if they simply kill all the things, then how could there be any evil? So, problem solved, am I right?
For people wondering, Will and I are playing half-orc barbarians that are
Twin brothers.
twin brothers, born 10 seconds apart. I'm the younger brother, Lug 2. He is the older brother, Lug 1. And
They didn't know there was
basically
going to be
it's-
two of us. So when a second one came, they didn't have another name. And they're like, oh, it's Lug 2. So very
And-
confusing.
our orcish tribe, our seer has sent us out to find some evil and slay it, and we forgot what the evil was. So we're just gonna go kill all the evil, and then
Nice.
our job will be done.
The only difference between Lug 1 and Lug 2 is one has an axe, one has a sword.
It sounds like this warlord Jarma might be the evil that you're looking for. In fact, the name Jarma, just that word, is very similar to the orcish word for evil. So you guys were kind of like, well, that's a done deal. And on top of that, the mercenary group is offering you money to go and do this, which is, useful for eating and whatnot. So you guys have signed on. Now, Tiffany, how about you go ahead and give me your little backstory here, and then tell me why it is that you would join on for this job as well.
Well, I've been a sailor most of my life. But then a buddy of mine, he told me about this venturing business. You get to kill things, and you get paid.
10 out of 10.
So when somebody came along saying, hey, we'll pay you some money to go kill some dudes, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna kill some dudes.
Nice. Okay. How about you give your little backstory there, Pizarre? Why would you join on here?
This creature or beast of a man named Tiffany destroyed my tribe, killed my wife and my kids. And to restore my honor, I challenged him to a duel, but he bested me in single combat. And now I follow him in order to one day defeat him, but at the moment, I must learn from his brutality.
Okay.
They were in the way.
Perfect. Now, I'm going to roll some luck for you all. Here we go, boys.
All right.
This,
All right.
This will determine the first phase of our siege here. Ah, well, that's a 9. It's not too strong.
All right. Okay.
We got perfectly average.
Respectable.
But not a
Yes.
1.
It's higher than my intelligence, so it must be a big number.
Yes.
Now, there are a number of mercenary bands which have taken up this contract to go and save the city of Kedum. And they've all banded together in order to further the chances that they will successfully save the city and all get paid. What they've decided on is a great plan where they will band together all of their combined navies, taking vessels that have been either like captured or ones owned by different mercenary groups, and they're going to attempt to run the blockade, breaking their way through all of the naval ships that Jarma has managed to get at the port, smashing through there, getting up to the city, and managing to bolster its forces that way. Given your roll of a 9 on the luck, you're placed all onto the ship owned by a mercenary group, which isn't exactly the most well equipped for this one, but they're definitely not the worst either. And some of the boats that are here are like basically just dinghies, like little Viking long, like rowboats, that kind of thing. You're on a proper sailing ship, but it's only like a 2-deck sailing ship. It's not like one of the big war galleys that some of the other mercenary groups have managed to bring to bear. You don't know exactly whether or not this is going to be useful or not during the coming fight, but you are given basic instructions and a little heads up as to what's happening. So all of you have been boarded onto this ship. The mercenary group that you are with has given you room and board underneath. You don't really get proper rooms. It's just like a huge barracks where all the other mercenaries are sleeping. And you've set sail, headed for Kedum, and it's been a few days that you guys have been at sea when finally the call comes out telling you that it's time to have a meeting. And stepping into the barracks here, the captain of the ship and the higher-ups basically relay to you what they're expecting. Okay? In the evening, during the cover of night, all of the ships are going to move as fast as they possibly can and smash through what defenses have been laid around the city to get inside and then reach everybody else on the walls and help out the city guard in whatever way they can. This night fighting is hopefully going to be just like a sleek operation where all of the ships, turn off all of their lights and head in at maximum speed and get past the blockade with minimal injury. However, everybody is to be on high alert during this time, as they know that if they're spotted, all hell is going to break loose, and it's going to just turn into a massive firefight in the middle of the port. I have drawn, up in the top left, a little diagram of the city. You're all to be entering in this direction, essentially.
Were we specifically told not to play our drums as we approach?
No, you're welcome to play the drums. Actually, no. Make for me a performance check, the both of you.
Got a 14.
Got a 9.
Okay, I'm gonna roll luck for the sailors here. Okay, your playing is like it's run of the mill. It's okay. It's kind of mediocre.
But we have proficiency with our
Oh yeah, do we get to add proficiency since we're proficient in?
since
we have an instrument proficiency for being an outlander.
Sure, yeah.
So it would have
Okay,
been
so
a 13. No. Yeah, 13.
mine would have been a 17.
Okay,
18, Jim.
your playing is
No,
good enough.
15 minus 1.
Oh, right. We're also playing, or we're really role playing. I forgot how to do math in real life as well.
Okay, nice. We've all been there. The playing is good enough that the captain seems to allow for it, so long as it's not loud enough that his orders can't be heard over top. So if you outdrum him, he will just throw your drums out into the water. But as long as his voice can still be heard when things need to be happening here, then all is well. If you're talking about playing during the actual nighttime approach, obviously you can't, because the idea is to stealth their way past. If fighting breaks out, then go for it. The captain doesn't care. So yeah, you can't silently play drums during your sneaking into the city. Let's see here. So, the groups of mercenaries here have been kind of separated by the organization of their bunk beds. And for whatever reason, there's kind of like a free space around 4 particular people here down in the barracks. And a cluster of 4 beds belonging to 2 half-orcs and a couple of humans, all of which are just rippling with muscle and seem to be less of the intelligent type and more of the brutish sort, have been seated together. And during this travel, which has taken multiple days, the 4 of you have gotten to know each other. You've kind of shared like mess hall seats whenever it's time to eat, and sort of built a bit of rapport over the last few days. During the final bit of the travel here, you're all alerted to go ahead and get your sleep schedule changed up a little bit. Know that during the nighttime, that's when you're going to be running into here, and so they've advised that you sleep a bit during the day before. All of you guys have gone and undertaken this, and are woken up in the evening, like just as the sun is going down, and told to get up onto the top deck here, as it's almost time to attempt to run the blockade. And sure enough, way off in the distance, the city can like barely be seen.
You 2 strong men like Lug and Lug, you stick with us during siege.
Yeah. It's about time.
It's time to do Grumps good honor.
As like
I
a
work
preparation
out
for
great
battle,
strength and glory.
as a preparation for battle, I pull out like a pouch full of like blood, and I'm like smearing it on my face, like putting a handprint on my face and blood running down the
Do you
sides.
have any extra of that?
Look,
I
don't
just-
forget we have war paint. I
We do.
smear my white war paint. Yeah, from our
Oh.
picture, dude.
Oh yes, give me my paint.
I'll get my own blood. Plenty of it.
I just growl like.
There's like a big circle around you guys. Like everybody else is getting prepped. It's like, there's one of the mercenaries over there who seems to be one of the wealthier of the bunch. He's putting on like a nice like set of plate armor that's like all been like nicely polished and everything. You see another one that looks like he's sharpening a rapier with a whetstone and whatnot. And they're all over in like one half of the room, while over on your half, it's just like grunts and like blood and paint being put on faces and stuff. Everybody's getting
Aleutian.
ready and heading out the door up the stairs to the top deck.
Lucian, I would like to say a quick prayer to Grumsh and pray for an honorable battle and much bloodshed.
Sweet. Yeah, go ahead and make a wisdom roll for me.
I'm assuming I know it and could say it with him.
Yeah, you can go ahead and wake one as well.
That's a 7 wisdom roll.
Oh yeah, baby. Give me that 2.
Okay.
No, we have +1 wisdom, Will.
Oh, give me that 4.
In that case, the two of you go down and
Changes everything.
take a moment to say your prayers to Grumsh, and it always kind of changes the calm before the battle here and incites like a sort of impending like energy. Gets you guys amped up. It settles you and kind of brings you to a focus, knowing that combat is coming around the corner. You've said these words many times before, and eventually all of you are all decked out as much as can be.
I smack Lug 2 on the chest with both my hands and scream in his face.
The room is like pretty much empty now, except for a guy putting on like one last boot. He like gives you guys a weird look and like quickly hurries out of the room.
In Orcish, I slap him back and just grunt, "War! War! War!"
Run
Okay.
upstairs.
Now, before you guys go upstairs, I'd like you all to make adjustments to your inventory, because you've all been paid here for your job partially in advance. Who knows what's going to happen during the siege, but the coin might come in handy. You all have 50 gold that you can add to your inventory.
Oh,
Ooh,
shit.
fancy.
Yeah. Which is
I am the
I'm
richest orc to ever exist.
Go.
That's 70 gold.
Okay. Now, stepping up onto the top deck, there's a tense sort of air about the place. Tiffany, as a sailor, you know exactly what's happening, seeing that all of the sails have been fully brought to bear, including, like, the mainsail has been fluffed as much as possible to pick up all the speed they can. And what's interesting is everything is being guided more or less by the stars. There's a very dim light, and it's actually impossible to see the city from here. You had seen it, like, just the time before night had fallen, but now it's so dark that it's completely vanished. It's just darkness out beyond the sea there. And what's interesting is you four all know that that means that all of the lights in the city have gone out for whatever reason. This doesn't seem to change plans, but the captain continues to lead the boat, and you and a fleet of probably about a dozen ships of varying size are all barreling at maximum speed towards this city. Everybody is to say very little, and only a couple of experienced sailors manage the blocks and tackles to really kind of keep things on course, but everybody else is just standing there with their weapons at the ready in case something happens. Now, with this approach, as you guys move faster and faster, with no lighting on the deck, there's very little to be seen other than maybe like 10, 20 feet away, that kind of thing. And you don't really know how close you are to the city, given that there's no light. Nor can you really see if you're even passing by other vessels. You're just going forward in the night. Do you guys have anything that you guys are going to be doing?
They can't see for crap. Nope.
And a lot of not a lot of make noise. I suppose I'm just have my weapon at the ready.
Sure.
Standing with brother, holding my axe.
I am gonna roll some luck for you all. That's a 12. Okay. I'd like you all to roll perception, please.
All right. Oh wow. Ooh, that's a
23.
2. Shoot, man.
I got a 9.
9, 14, 22, 23, was it? Nice. Okay. A couple of you managed to hear something. Lug and Tiffany, both of you note that there's something beyond the sound of just the waves washing up on the hull. You hear what sounds like the creaking of a vessel nearby. And what's interesting is it passes by you, not as a friendly, like moving past you with more speed, but another ship going past you as you go towards the dock.
Past us, like, which
Going
direction?
away
In the opposite
from
direction. Yes.
city?
Am I near a commander of the ship?
What's that?
Am I near like a captain or someone in charge on the ship?
No, you're on like the main deck here. And here, actually, I'll draw on the ship so you can go ahead and put yourselves wherever. Your ship is not that big. It's probably like that. Shit.
Whatever.
Beautiful. Okay.
Ship-fitting barbarians.
There we go. There's the wheel over here. You guys can place yourselves wherever you want to be. But it seems like the captain kind of keeps to himself over here with a couple of must be like his lieutenants. Oh, here we go. Captain.
Can we get the feet marker illusion?
Feet marker. Yes,
Put
absolutely.
a token. Forgot about that.
You should lock it into
I'm going
place
to
like
on
where
the
the
next
bouncer is.
table. Yeah. It should work on one of those. Keep trying them until you.
Whoa.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nope. All right. That's not it.
I think it's this one.
Is it that
Yeah,
one?
It's that one.
All right.
Yeah,
Yep,
because it
there we
jumped
go.
me off it when I put it down.
Yep.
Which one of these many things?
Okay.
So we're going like this way, and there's a ship going like that way.
Let's roll luck for siege equipment. Oh shit. Okay. There's a single ballista up at the top here. Which is being operated by a team of 3 people. So this is what you've got. The door to the lower areas is right here. There we go. And
Oh, it's so gorgeous.
the sail is right here with 2 more there. So you can place yourselves wherever you wish. You are traveling in this direction. And
Right when I hear that other ship, I want to go walk to the captain.
now,
Captain.
Now, okay, hold on a second. Because you can hear the ship, and because your checks were so high, you think that that ship is probably like here. Like it's like 60, 100 feet away. Like it's pretty goddamn close.
Then I probably won't even walk. I'll just turn around and try to say, Captain, enemy ship.
Make a
Listen,
stealth check from me, please.
That way. It's my stealth.
Oh no.
Think
Here we go. Combat.
8.
It's not looking good. Give me a second here. My game is making no sound for some strange reason.
The orc thought he was whispering, but he's like shouting it. He's like, "Shh, dumbass!"
Okay, there we go. It works. Okay, you turn around to whisper, and as this happens, the captain like looks over in your direction. You can't really see him all that well in the darkness here. But you hear something else, and it sounds like people talking on the other ship. It's in common, and somebody goes, "Did you hear that? What was that? Turn on lights. Lights!" And somebody calls out, and suddenly behind you, like over here, you watch as the top deck of some other ship, roughly about the same size as yours, suddenly bursts into light here, and torches are lit. And you watch as what appears to be like hooded lanterns are turned in different directions as searchlights kind of go back and forth, just in the waters behind you.
Well, the captain sees that. My work is done.
Fuck. Okay. As this happens, I'm gonna roll some more luck for you all. Oh, that's a 2. Oh. Your ship suddenly starts to veer, and you see why, as just in front of you, lights on another ship begin to go up, and you realize that you're on a collision course with this thing, and the captain is attempting to turn the thing to the side. As this is happening, a spotlight falls onto your vessel, and an alarm sound goes out, as well as a bell which rings across the ocean. All the waves here, lights begin to turn on, and one by one, it's like watching the enemy ships being dropped into existence here as all of their lights suddenly come on, and you can see that you are all pretty badly outnumbered. Your ship, your fleet of 12 is fighting what is possibly twice its numbers here in ships of varying size that surround the port. Most of them are behind you, as you've managed to sneak past the initial couple, but now that the jig is up, everybody can be seen. The captain attempts to maneuver, and he tries to get out of the way of the ship who's in front of him here, and since he's moving at maximum speed, it's not like he can really avoid it if things go wrong. You are all moving way too fast for that. So I'm gonna go
So we're gonna hit the ship?
I'm gonna roll luck.
Can I be running towards where we're gonna hit?
Yeah,
Sure,
I
it's up
would
at the
be as
front.
well.
Go ahead and reposition yourselves. There'll be plenty of time.
I follow Lug.
Be like,
I don't want to be like
here.
knocked into the water by the impact, but I want to be ready to jump
Wait,
over.
isn't-
Jump onto the other ship.
What's that?
Right. The front of the ship is where the ballista is, right?
Yes.
And running towards like another ship over
Yes. Yes.
here. And, yeah, pretty much. I'm running behind these. Actually, in front, since I believe I'm the fastest.
With mobile, probably.
Yeah.
So
we'll
you guys
probably
can
all
put
work
yourselves
here.
wherever you want for the coming impact. As you watch here, the ship attempts to turn. The sound of bells rings out across the field here, and the captain turns as fast he can. You don't know exactly whether he's an accomplished sailor or not, but the ship in front of him seems to be veering too fast. The crew are trying to move and maneuver out of the way, but the ship that's in front of you mistakenly chooses the same direction that you're going in to try and avoid you, and so the two of you have locked into a collision course. Even without giving the order here, the men all look at themselves at the ballista. They see you all approaching, and the other vessel seems to be thinking the same thing, as a sudden rush of energy comes from the ship that's just in front of you. You watch as what looks to be like wooden flaps that start to raise up off the side of the ship, and see cannons that are produced from there. There's exactly 4 of them on this vessel. You can also see the crew now that the lighting and the proximity has given way to their form. There's roughly about the same number of them as there is for you, though there must clearly be some under deck operating all of the cannons. As this happens, your ship collides with them. Let's roll some luck.
Like to, all of us are jumping as the ship
Yeah.
collides.
Jumping forward onto their ship with a
Midair.
scream.
We all rage at the same time as we jump across.
The 4-man rage.
Okay. The front end of the ship collides with the other one. As it does so, the other ship is not hit directly on its side, but close to it, kind of moving the thing over awkwardly. So it is... sort of
Oh,
like-
we're gonna go right through that bad boy.
like this. This one has a
Oh,
pretty
baby.
big back deck here. Their stairs are on that side, and they have 2 sails. One there. One... Sorry.
I'm just picturing us like jumping off onto their ship as our ship goes through it. We're just like cutting through them, and then we jump back onto our ship as it clears it.
That is a movie scene right there.
I'd like everybody to go ahead and make for me a acrobatics roll if you do intend to actually launch onto the other ship at the same time.
Let's go. That's not real high.
Post your results
Oh,
in the
perfect.
chat, please.
Oh no!
Oh, wait. What is this? What is it leaned against?
You can re-roll that.
It was gonna be a 17, fucker.
Did you get that bouncy die, Will?
Yep. Oh, of course. Of course that happens.
Should have been a halfling.
I like to say I'm screaming like ah and launching myself at anybody that I see, but if I don't see anyone, then I'm just going sword first and like diving into their boat.
Okay. Nicely done. All right.
Let's go.
All right. There we are. There is a cannon like right about there, right about here, one here, and then one here.
Oh no.
So,
Oh no.
as you guys are approaching, the impact into the side of this vessel causes both of you to kind of take on like a shared momentum, and both of your ships, yours traveling in this direction here, and this one traveling like this, are now both headed kind of roughly like this as your speeds are put together. This is still putting you on a course for the port, but things might change pretty dramatically here, given how you smashed into this ship. Now, the hull of the opposing side here has taken quite a bit of damage, and you guys hear a great deal of crunching as you smash into it. However, it's tough to tell if this is from the enemy vessel or yours, because all of you have decided to sail through the air at the other ship.
Yes.
Now, Pizarre, I would like you to place yourself anywhere within, let's say you have the mobile feet, anywhere within like 40 feet of where you are right now. You can put yourself on the enemy ship.
40
landed-
feet forward.
Landed directly on this guy with a sword first.
Okay.
Great
And
sword first.
for everybody else, I need dexterity saving throws.
Nice.
Is-
Is this something we can see? As danger sense is
Sure, I'll give that to you.
Quite nice.
quite applicable in this campaign.
Yep.
Oh, the bouncy dice. God bless you, Relic.
Oh, a couple sailors about to get destroyed.
I got it.
All right. 16.
16, okay.
13 from me.
13. An 8, did I hear?
18.
Oh, an 18. Okay. All of you managed to successfully land on different places here. I'm going to roll luck for you. Lug. Oh, that's not great. You are hanging off the side of the deck right here.
He did roll that
Tiffany-
one.
For now on, I'll
That's fair.
take it.
Tiffany, with a 15, you managed to make it actually onto the deck, but you are prone. And
All right,
Lug
okay.
2. Oh, that's a 5. That's not great. You have also managed to make it, but you are hanging onto the top side here as you had kind of jumped last in the group, and the ship had started to move a little bit more, so you had like shot for here but landed more back here. Everybody, please roll initiative.
Lugs
good
are
that-
hanging on.
It's good that the two lugs are still doing the same thing. I was worried that I might make it on deck.
And I'll give you a +5 to yours, Pizarre.
Do we get initiative advantage yet at
Holy
this
crap.
barbarian level?
No.
I
No, I
don't
don't
know.
think so.
Or
Oh,
is
the
that a-
enemies roll
that's a-
pretty
Oh,
high, though.
with a +5, I'm pretty sure I'm first.
Just barely.
What's their initiative evolution?
19.
I mean, like, what's their dex? Because I got a 19.
Collectively, I'll say it's about a +1.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. We're straight into the thick of it now, boys. It is, at first, your turn, Pizarre. Behind you, the callouts from the captain are quickly trying to get the men to disengage from this ship. Even though you've all, jumped and boarded the enemy, it seems that your commander has decided to try and cut his losses and is attempting to break his ship away from this one. But it seems that the two of them are locked as the hulls grind against one another, and wood will not give way to wood, sending both of you on a new course for the port here. The the soldiers on the ship that you've just boarded quickly turn in your direction, and it looks like they intend to run towards you, whereas your men back here look like they're about to fire ranged shots, but you don't know if they're going to actually board the same way you guys have. What do you want to do, Pizarre?
I first, have this huge greatsword in front of me, and I viscerally scream into his face, spit spackling on his face like as all the veins in my neck show, turning bright red, and I go into rage and frenzy attack this guy in front of me.
It's Team 4 Scoops.
You're gonna need to attack first.
Oh yeah, yeah. Roll to hit before you do them damages.
Right.
Barbarians don't roll to hit.
Oh.
That is a 16.
Okay, that still hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Oh shit.
That is a 9 plus 6, 15 damage.
A great sword, was it?
Great sword with plus 2 from my berserker rage.
Yeah. Okay, so you are leaping mid-air here, and when you land, you see what looks like somebody who's ready for you. Like, he's got his crossbow in his hands, and he's already in stance, like front leg kind of bent there. He's pointing it at you, and he's aiming down his shot, and he actually, like, pauses as though in fright. Like, you watch as his jaw drops and his eyes widen, just like, what is happening? As you're flying through the air, and your greatsword comes down, and you cleave like 2 feet from the top of like his collarbone down into his chest, and the force just like sends his body like slamming into the deck, and you pull the blade out, and everybody just looks on in horror. He is dead.
Yes.
And as a bonus frenzy attack, since I only made 1, I actually just dash up the stairs.
Okay,
The next guy make another attack.
go for it. Bouncy dice. Oh shit, that's gonna hit.
That is also a 9. That is not
Just throw a sailor off board.
Get out of here.
That is a 10.
Okay, I'm gonna roll luck for you. Oh, you kill this one as well. Running up with a swing, you cut off his leg right at like the top of his thigh, and he screams, falling to the ground, and quickly just like bleeds out there, just like a lifeless, motionless sack that falls over the railing onto this side past the stairs there. He's dead.
As I imagine, I'm just like bathing in this guy's blood. I like scream viscerally. "Gah!"
Everybody up here like just looks at one another, and they like attempt to form a line. Like they step like closer to one another, hoping that it'll help against you. Is that your turn? Okay. Log 2, you're hanging from the railing here. You can feel the thing creaking as the whole ship that you are attached to is tested, and its strength and constitution is put to the ultimate test of being rammed by a bunch of crazy people. You're hanging from the top. What do you want to do? There are 2 people next to you with ranged weapons and short swords in their hands. There's also a captain nearby who is steering, and it looks like he's trying to pay more attention to navigating, but you do notice a couple of panicked glances over his shoulder in your direction.
Is there like a drop in the rail right here? Like, would I be able to shimmy on the railing over to, like, next to my brother, or
Yes.
is that... Okay, I could do that?
I would say you would take at least 1 opportunity attack from this guy, though, if you move past him like that.
That's fine. I will take the opportunity... I'll rage, take the opportunity attack, and, like, climb up right here.
Okay. He rolls a... Oh, that's pretty good. It's an 18 hit.
Yes, sir.
A short sword swings down and stabs into your hand here for a total of 7 damage. Although,
Okay.
you would half that, of course. And
You round
managed
up,
to make
right?
it over.
I'm gonna pop up here, and just yell for my brother, "Climb up! There's combat!" And I'm gonna hold an action until my brother has climbed onto the deck.
Okay, sweet.
I'm holding the attack action.
So once he's up, you will attack the guy nearest you?
Yep. Once he's up, I will attack this guy right here.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna roll luck for the situation here. Let's see what we get. 14. Okay. Things all around you seem to be going fairly well. You watch as an incredibly large vessel, the biggest one in your fleet, starts to pull up close to you guys. You can see it on on the port side of your ship there, or I guess like the stern side of your new ship, just back here, there is this like 3-story galley with cannons on it, and it comes over here, and you watch as like another ship, an enemy one, is headed in this direction, and the thing just unloads on it and just like Swiss cheeses the whole thing, just sending like splintering pieces of wood in every direction. You know that this ship is the best one that you have, which is fielded by like an incredibly rich mercenary group, and it just like completely removes this problem for you and allows you guys to continue sailing in the same direction. And its wreckage and like people and corpses are just like floating all around you in the water. It is. Let's see here. Time to kill some people. This guy comes over to the side, as does this one with his crossbow. This one gets over here. These guys, Pizarre. Let's see. Let's roll to see how bold they are. Probably not very. No, they're not. They all kind of take like a step back and put their weapons in hand here and form a line. They pull out what looks to be a bunch of short swords here and steady themselves. Whereas over here, a large melee erupts, and there we go, a bunch of attacks. So there is a shot on friendlies. Let's see here. Oh, which will miss, so that's good. Then we'll do a couple of attacks on you guys. Shit, that went right out. One of those was a 20 and a 15. Yeah, cereal bowl comes in again. Does an 18 hit you, Lug? Or Lug 2?
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Okay. You are struck for... 13 damage total from 2 crossbow shots from up deck.
Okay.
Down over here, Tiffany, you are attacked with 2 advantage attacks from the nearby people.
Mm-hmm.
One of them probably misses. He got a 7.
that misses.
And an 18.
That hits.
Okay. You are shanked for... Oh, not bad. For 2 damage.
Alright.
Lug, your presence is definitely known to the people over here who see you hanging from the railing, and in the interest of not having people board their ship more than necessary, these 2 people attempt to hack off your fingers and swing at your hands on the railing. One of those is very low roll, that I'm sure you're fine. The other one's a 14.
Misses barely.
Okay. You watch as like these 2 blades come down like right next to your fingers, and you're able to like shimmy your hand just in time. And then your allies take some shots. It seems that there's ships all around you, and a lot of them are kind of firing onto other vessels. But this group over here seems to turn the ballista, and they aim. Let's see. They can't hit anybody up here or here because of the angle, but they do fire at these people. Let's roll to see if they hit. We'll do dexterity checks for everybody on the other side. So, everybody here sees this happening. As they're watching you, this is in their eyesight, and they move out of the way and watch as like a ballista shot goes coursing, like just flying across the deck, but it misses both of them actually, and the enemies have both evaded. Then the cannons fire.
Oh.
Wow.
We might be on the right ship after all, boys.
You watch as behind you, your old ship is decimated by 3 shots which land. The frontmost kind of like grazes by and doesn't catch anything, but like right beside you, Lug, both on your right and left here, the cannons go off, and you watch as like the ship behind you is finally dislodged, but like splinters apart and is like pushed out of the way. I'd also like you to make a Constitution saving throw, Lug.
We made the right call.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
Okay, that was almost
what's
bad.
our bonus? We got a pretty good bonus.
+6 to con
Oh yeah,
saves.
Nice.
+6.
You are not deaf for the next round. Speaking of which, The turns have now finished. It is your turn, Lug. What do you want to do?
I'd like to rage, and I'd like to climb up next to my brother.
Okay. There's not a lot of
Can I
space for you. I'd like you to make a athletics check, please.
Sure.
And if you're raging, you do have advantage on this.
18 plus... Is that plus 6 as well?
Okay. You
Yeah, it
managed
should
to
be plus
push
6,
this
yeah.
guy back, sending him onto the ground here.
Oh, is he prone now?
Yep.
Oh,
And you
I
managed
guess
to
we gotta-
take this spot up here.
doesn't matter. We get advantage anyway. I'm gonna make my 2 attacks on, I guess, this one right here.
Go for it. And
Here's
then
the
we'll do
first
your
one.
attacks right after.
And they're great weapons, by the way. They have
Of
advantage
course.
because of Wolf.
It's the only way to attack.
It's the only way to go.
Oh no!
All
Maybe
right, so
not.
a 7 is the first attack. That's not gonna
That's a
cut
miss. Yeah, you know, we're getting warmed up.
it. 15 for the second attack.
15 definitely hits.
Beautiful. All right. Let's roll it nice. Oh, so 12. So that's 27 damage.
Holy shit. What are you swinging? Is it an axe?
A great axe plus 15 because of great weapon master.
Rage.
Okay.
Plus 2 from rage, plus 3 from strength, plus 10 from great weapon.
It's like watching a
12
machete
from the
cut
axe.
through like a small cord of rope as your battle axe goes in like a perfect horizontal line across this man's neck and decapitates him in one fell swing. His body, like, for a moment just stands there and then, like, twitches and just falls over. He's dead.
I turn to my brother and scream at him.
Can I use my my held action now?
Go for it.
Am I close enough to swing at this guy?
I'd say no, but you could hack at the legs of these people on the upper deck.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and emulate my brother with some great weapon strikes at these guys up there.
Go for it.
Oh, yeah.
17 on the first one.
Okay, that definitely hits.
Oh, God.
For 24 points of damage.
24. Okay.
Master
Your
is so
swing
good.
smashes through like the little railing on the upper deck and just sends like pieces of wood flying in every direction as your sword like smashes through them like one by one, just and then finally in your path is this guy's legs, and those just get like sliced through, and he falls over into like a heap of different pieces.
And then I'll swing at the other guy with my second attack here.
Okay.
It's great weapon master, of course. That is a 20 to hit.
That definitely hits. Roll damage.
That is plus 17, 20. No, sorry, plus 15, 22 points of damage.
Just the full barb team tears shit up.
That's so amazing.
It's way easier to swing now that there's no railing there. You pull back your sword, go for another swing, and chop off this man's legs as well. The second leg, though, is kind of like tenacious and stays on by a bit of like a meat and skin flap, and because your force doesn't like completely like go through his body, the rest of it is transferred into his form and sends him like barreling over the side railing, and you hear the sound of him like bounce off the metal cannon and then plunk into the water.
Grobs! Witness!
Witness me!
Witness me!
Nice hit, Lug.
Nice hit, Lug.
You start rubbing the like the white war paint on your teeth.
That's my held action.
Sweet, okay. After that, it was Lug's turn, and I think, Lug, you finished your turn, right?
I did, yes, I
Okay.
did.
Tiffany, you're up. You've been cowardly struck while laying on the ground, but no matter. There's blood and gore surrounding you. There's like a guy's head rolls up next to your side here. There's like a leg that is just disembodied, like up by the lower or the top deck. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna rage and stand up.
Okay.
It's like, I like you too. And then I'm gonna take some swings at this guy on the ground first.
Sweet.
Which is +6, 19 to hit.
Okay, definitely hits.
For...
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, the bouncy die.
Oh, there it is!
So
Bounce.
clutch.
For
Oh, and
16
clutch.
damage.
Okay, he is destroyed. You're swinging a
Great axe.
great axe. Okay.
Yeah.
You cut down here, and the thing just sinks like 4 inches into his chest, and you can hear the sound of like a multitude of ribs snapping all at once. And then you pull the blade out and are ready to go. The guy who's next to you just looks like he's like gonna shit himself.
Well, he's gonna get one next. And there we go, yep. 24 to hit
Yep.
for 13 damage.
Okay. This one not as brutally murdered, but the gash that you cut into his side here and the force with which you deliver it sends him like bouncing off of this door here, and his body actually like tumbles down the steps into the lower deck.
Just normally brutally murdered.
We're coming down there next. And I'm gonna start running down the lower deck.
Alright, for sure. I'll populate that for you. So stay where you are
All
right
right.
now so you know your movement. And I'll
Who would have
draw.
known how fun 4 barbarians would be?
The shit behind this is completely gone. It's just in the wall.
It's fallen behind you at this point, so it's basically gone. The lower deck of the ship you're in, I will draw. Let's do it over here where it's probably not going to get in the way of anything. That's sick drawing. Oh my god. It's like, is that a ship or is that a lemon? Like, who the fuck knows? So this is the doorway here, and it leads into a room like this. And that room has 2 doors here, and what looks like some miscellaneous storage, but not little crates
Barrels
and things
and
like that.
Alright, so this is at 10 movement.
Yeah, so you still got plenty left. There's a door on your
All
right
right.
and left.
10, I'm gonna barge right through this door.
Okay, as you step through that door, you see what looks like the 4 cannons that this ship has brought to bear for the war, and a crew of roughly about 10 people who are manning it. Most of them look like they're not very well armed. They have like daggers and things like that a sailor might have with them, but are otherwise just operating the guns, while a couple of them seem to be like the ones up top that are like properly equipped. And they all look over towards you, just like, what the fuck is going on as you come through, like, covered in blood.
I'm just gonna charge up next to this one, like axe in hand. No!
He's like,
That's my turn.
he's holding like a torch, like ready to light the barrel, and it's like shaking in his hands. He like brings it up to try and block the axe. Everybody roll
That's my turn.
initiative.
Oh yeah, that's what we're doing now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. By the way, the bonus does not apply for this one, obviously, Zeke.
Right.
Okay, they rolled pretty well. It's not too bad. Okay. I shall now roll luck for the scene to see what's going on. Oh, that's a 2. Alright. Now, you can see here, from your spot on the lower deck, Tiffany, that the ship has sustained some damage. And over here, the wall is like all mashed in, and there's like basically a new window that's been placed there by the impact from your ship. But worse yet, you can hear the sound of water, which is slowly rushing into the hull beneath, and it's a sound that you know immediately as a sailor, that like you know that
Okay.
this ship has taken some severe damage, and it might get you to port. You don't think it's gonna be having a long sailing life anymore, though.
Alright, okay. Good to know.
First, Pizarre, it is your turn. You're over here, and all of these people are huddled together. They look like they're terrified, and they launch no attacks against you. What do you want to do?
I hoist the greatsword overhead, and scream my battle cry, and charge the guy on the far left.
Far left, okay. Unlucky bastard.
Okay, my first standard attack with a 18 to hit.
18 hits. Roll damage.
Did not bounce at all. What was that? Does that count?
It just like stuck.
Does that count? You want me to
I'll
roll
let you
again?
reroll that.
What?
Just rolling
Hold
on
on, hold on.
Here, here. Put it on the bouncy thing, and then use the flick tool. Press
Yeah,
like
use
F6
flick.
on them.
Like,
Oh my god. Here we go. Here we go. That's a real roll.
That's the real roll.
A 2. Kind of.
Oh, it hit the
my
die
God.
tower.
Well,
If it lands in the die tower, oh.
that would be amazing.
Okay, that is a 10.
10. Okay. I'm gonna roll luck. You kill this man in one fell swoop. He is down. As you approach, the one next to him, however, launches a reaction attack on you. And does an 18 hit.
It does.
Okay. You take 4 points of damage.
So it's 2 in there.
And then do you have some other stuff coming up?
Alright, I will swing at the next guy who just swung at me.
Okay. How dare he?
What a fool. Yes, brother.
22.
Okay. You definitely hit.
That is a 11.
Okay. That kills this next one as well. The last one turns to you, and as a free action, he just drops his sword and puts his hands up in the air. And he's like, please no, man. It's it's just a job.
So I'm holding my greatsword, now drenched in blood overhead. The blood dripping down as I look up at the sky, mouth open, just letting the blood drip into my mouth and face. And I make my bonus action frenzy attack on this man.
You hear him. He just says, "Gods help me."
Is the 16 to hit?
Oh my god. Roll damage.
And that is a 12.
Poor son of a bitch. You cut him down here.
It's just a job.
Is that the turn?
That is my turn.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I have movement left.
You do.
Fucking.
You have a million movement. Oh my god.
So 10. Alright, it is my turn.
Okay. At this point, the captain sees what's going on. He looks over there, and he's got both of his hands on the wheel. And he seems to be like a pretty calm and stoic man because he reaches into his coat during this. He pulls out what seems to be like a flask, a bottle of some kind, and just starts chugging from it. And as he does, he steps away from the wheel and then like runs over here. And like as he's putting the cork back on it, like leaps over the side of the ship. And he just bails.
Darn, I wanted to kill him next.
Put that there for now. This guy over here looks like he wants to surrender, but obviously he can't. He turns, disengages, and leaps off the side of the ship. This guy over here, seeing that he's the last one, looks like he's about to aim his crossbow shot, and he just jumps off. He's like, nope, I'm not having it. And goes off the side of the ship as well. So those guys are gone. Meanwhile, on the bottom decks, these guys aren't wise to what's happening up top, and they're all like seeing a crazed murderer, but it's clearly just one man. They turn to face you. And
Alright.
these guys advance here. Yep, these guys advance here as well. The rest seem to be still trying to work the guns. And you can see from beyond your point here, like the porthole, that there are other vessels going by in the night and like lights and torches and whatnot, and these guys must be trying to aim on some other unfortunate ship nearby. You have 3 attacks. Oh! A 1, a 3, and an 8.
Wow. These guys are not ready.
They are not ready. Let's see here. Those are all misses.
Yeah.
And up on deck. Okay, Lug 2, it's your turn. You've made it. You've killed a few people. Your brother's up here next to you. All the enemy combatants have fled like a bunch of cowards. The Cravens, they jumped into the water and now they're gone. In the middle of the night, I put them here to represent how far they may have gotten. But you guys can't actually see them, so you have like no idea where they've gone to. Tiffany has run underneath, though, to the lower decks, and you can hear the sound of fighting and screaming still going on down there, so there might be more fun to be had. It's up to you. What do you want to do?
I look at my brother and I say, "Below deck!" And I charge down there.
Okay, go for it.
Yes.
Alright, so that's 15 feet to get to the door.
Hey,
That's
Illusion,
like-
quick question.
Yes.
Where this ship impacted here, is there like a hole I can jump down into the lower deck?
Not that you can see, but if you
Okay.
look over the side, you might be able to do so.
It sounds a little too risky. Let's just run down normal.
Just get dropped
You're like-
in the water.
3 acrobatics rolls to drop in the water.
Barbs are great at those. Dum, dum,
Like here.
Right.
And I am going to hold my action for my brother's arrival.
Okay, sounds good. So you go running down into the lower decks here, and who do we have up next? Tiffany. There's 3 fools that think that they can take you on this sinking ship here. What do you want to do? You also see backup show up.
Yes. I'm gonna hit the one right next to Lug 2 here,
Okay, go for it. Let's see what we get.
because he seems to be a very intimidating presence.
Double 10s.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's a 16.
Okay, you definitely hit.
All right, 4.
Oh,
yeah.
baby. The D12s are on point tonight, boys.
Yeah.
Let's go.
One of the better armed men is like on the side in between you and Lug, and you swing for him. He holds up his sword though, ready to parry the thing, and you watch as the steel of his short sword snaps in half as your battle axe just goes like cleaving through it, and you send him down to the ground in a dead heap.
Beautiful.
All right, I gotta turn to the other well-armed one next to him,
Mhm.
and this is gonna be reckless because I don't have a wolf
Just
guy
reasons.
next to him. But that looks like it's gonna hit for. Oh,
God.
17 damage.
Okay, he is down as well. Everybody in this room looks like they're reconsidering their current occupation.
I'm gonna like start moving this direction.
Okay,
Here we go.
it is now your turn, Lug. What do you want to do?
Well, I think about there's no one manning the ship, but my thirst for battle is far too great to concern myself with that. I'm running down
Sure.
to the bottom to find my brother. And when I get down there, I see whatever's going on here. And, well, he's
It's in
not-
from this direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long. I
We
figure
can get to like about here, Will.
Oh, okay.
So as you come through the door, you just see me holding one of my javelins.
All right, I'm throwing a javelin at the farthest guy. Maybe not the farthest guy. Maybe just this guy here.
Sure, go for it.
The guy takes 2 javelins. Face.
Do we get advantage on javelins, Jim?
No, it's only melee attacks.
All right.
Hey!
But
A definite hit. Roll damage.
How much damage does a freaking javelin do?
It's like
A
a
D6 plus 3.
Right, I'll take it. Five damage javelin right through the guy.
You can add your barbarian damage on top of the thrown javelin, by the way.
All right,
really?
Seven
Oh.
damage then.
Okay. He is impaled here and staggers back for a moment and looks like he's barely clinging on to life.
Can I make my reaction attack to throw one of my javelins at him?
Oh, were you holding your turn until your brother came in?
Yeah, I always hold my action for my brother.
Go ahead and make your attack.
You don't get multi-attack with thrown weapons, right?
Yeah,
Pretty sure you do.
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
It works the
Yeah.
same.
16 to hit.
16 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh no, that's just 5, so 6 damage.
Okay. This man staggers back for a moment as the javelin goes striking into his chest. He kind of bumps along the cannon here, eventually making his way to the wall, and it looks like he's about to steady himself. He like reaches over for the javelin, and then a second one hits him in the chest, and like his eyes like pop open for a second. He just falls down dead.
I'll nod at my brother and rear back another javelin. I have my other attack.
Can we roll this one at the same time, Illusion, for the next guy?
Go for it, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey!
Mine's a 10, so
Okay,
I'm probably
so you missed that.
Ooh, plus 8, 10 damage.
Okay. He looks over horrified as like another javelin strikes into the wall next to him, and then as he turns back, one of them goes directly into his head as Lugs actually hits him, and he dies.
Oh my god.
Bullseye, brother.
Good shot, Lug.
Nice distraction there with that other one. I see you.
The orc tactics are too
Grump.
strong. Is that the turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to roll luck for the situation.
Our luck's been shit all night.
Oh, you got a 2. Okay.
Again?
The ship's going down, boys.
Alright.
But at least we got some blood.
Tiffany, I'd like you to make a perception roll, given that you're in the throes of combat.
Alright, okay. Oh god. Alright, there we go. That's pretty good. That's a 13.
Okay. You can tell that the ship is slowing down gradually. Everybody can kind of feel that, but you know it's because the ship is waterlogged, and gradually the lower deck here is filling with water, and the whole thing is beginning to sink a little bit, and it's losing its ability to pull through. And you don't actually know how close you are to the port, but this isn't really a good sign, obviously. Meanwhile, up on the top deck, Pizar, I'd like you to go ahead and make for me a perception check as well.
Ooh, that's an 8.
An 8? Okay. Looking around you, you can see all sorts of craziness. There are ships that are ramming into one another, friendly ships that are like coursing past, looking like they're going to make it for the city. You see what looks like enemy ships that are coming in to intercept. There's cannon fire everywhere. There's people floating around in the water, screaming. You see like flying shards of wood that are set aflame, just blasting off of vessels like hundreds of feet away. It's chaos. However, your ship is still intact and is continuing to trudge along. You can tell that it's starting to slow down, though. Maybe somebody needs to pilot the thing, and you can see that like all of the sails here are being held by ropes that have actually been like properly pinned down, which is nice. But one of the sails, which is off to a slant to catch the wind, has now lost its ability to like provide force to the ship, as the wind is now directly off to the side of it, and so it's no longer facing that direction, and the ship is like it's not moving nearly as fast as you'd like.
But direction is correct towards land.
As far as you can tell, you do think that you're headed towards the city.
Well, how can I see the city? How far is it?
You can't see the city, actually, and the city's lights are out, and it's dim, it's the middle of the night, but you're moving in the same direction as you were going before, roughly for when you first collided with that initial ship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the same
You don't
direction
think
as-
that the vessel is turned, basically.
Okay.
At that point, I'd like everyone to roll some initiative.
Alright.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh,
Alright.
poor sailors. turn first. Lug, what do you want to do? You can tell the ship's slowing down. There's plenty of people around to kill.
How far can we go?
8.
You have 40 feet of movement.
Oh, we're totally good. After that, dude. Look, 2. Go here. Wait for my bro.
Sure. You get right up to those two. And then next, Tiffany, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
All right. We're gonna swing for this guy right here. Reckless, of course.
I held the attack action, by the way.
Oh, hey, there we go. That'll hit with a 19.
Okay.
For... there we go. 13 damage.
Okay. This unarmored sailor is killed with a single swipe. His body, almost cut in half, is sent bouncing off of the chassis that holds the cannon here.
Alright. Now I'm gonna roll myself a wisdom saving throw. And that is a 6. We're going for this next guy.
Okay. Go for the gold.
Reckless that. And, ooh, that's not great. Does a 14 hit?
14 does hit.
Alright. And a great axe does... Ooh, only 9 damage this time.
Okay. Roll some luck. He is dead. Or sorry, no, your luck was really shit. He is still alive.
Oh, alright.
I saw 12 where a 2 actually was. So he is, like, almost dead there. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Lug 2.
If I am like... I got a little bit of extra movement. I'll step up here, swing at this guy first.
Go for it.
Great weapon, of course.
Oh.
So that's
So
only
close.
a 6.
Okay, you miss on this first swing.
And again? 11 to hit.
You hit.
Whoa. Poor bastard.
19 points of damage.
Your greatsword swings over and cleaves straight through this already weakened man. The blade afterwards collides with the wooden chassis that holds the cannon right next to you, and as it does, you must have broken something, because you hear the sound of like a cord of rope being snapped due to tension finally released, and some other sound, like a scraping noise. After you see the man fall onto the cannon here, and like his body in 2 halves kind of fall, one on the left and one on the right, you also see what looks like the cannon that like slowly tips up and then like slides out of the ship into the water.
Can I... So, since I have Great Weapon Master and I killed someone, I have a bonus action attack. Can I throw a javelin with that, or no?
Sure, yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm gonna aim for the far guy,
Oh shit.
and
Okay.
I'll kind of like step up a little bit with my remaining movement, pulling out the javelin and throw at that guy there.
Okay.
Oh no, that's just an 8.
Just an 8. Okay, you definitely miss with this one, sending the javelin into the wall behind him.
That's the turn.
That's the turn.
Alright, time for my held actions.
Go for it.
I'm gonna be great weaponing the guy right next to me.
Of course.
Of course. A 13.
Yep, that hits. Roll deeps.
That is a 24.
You go
24
slicing
damage.
through this man.
Alright, and then I'll throw a javelin at the one my brother just threw on it.
Gotta be the same.
Well, I can't move there. I already used
One
all my
attack,
movement.
one javelin.
Oh no.
7.
13?
Yeah, 13.
You hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright.
Holy
Holy crap.
Plus 10 damage.
Okay. You can see this man, he like looks over at the hole in the ship here, which is his only escape, and then a javelin just like right through his neck, and he just like fucking stumbles back and falls dead onto the ground.
My javelins are working well today, brother.
We did so good!
They're all dead.
There's
Connect
like
the ship.
you can hear the sound of like people gurgling blood while you're congratulating each other from like half-dead sailors laying on the deck.
Let's pick up our javelins, lug. Next ship awaits.
Next ship.
How many
Oh,
of our
yes.
3 javelins we've thrown can we retrieve?
I'll roll some luck here. You get all of them back. That's a 17.
Nice.
Nice.
So refill your javelins. At this point, though, we're into pseudo-combat. Now, given that all of you guys are on the bottom deck here, I want to ask, Pizar, what do you want to do? You're in the middle of the night, there's a crazy fight going on all around you, and you can hear the sound. It's like directly under you, possibly like right directly under you. That some sort of
Right.
fight
Well,
is concluded.
so I don't have the knowledge that this fight is concluded just yet, but I definitely want to get over there and fight. But I know that if I fix the sail first, we'll be able to kill more people, and then I can go and help join the fight. But I hurriedly tie this rope or sail in place to try to make it taunt, gathering wind and speed, so I can go downstairs and kill more.
Now, do you have proficiency in sailing? Like, you
In
have-
water vehicles, I do not.
Go ahead and make for me an intelligence check.
Yes! Everybody's favorite turn.
Intelligence check, yeah.
Oh my fuck!
Well, that is
The only
a
nat 20 comes for
19
intelligence.
technically.
A 19
You
out
have
of
learned
20.
well.
You run over and you stare at the sail for a second, and you hold up your thumb and you're like, wind in this direction, sail in this direction, and you just like pull the rope over the side, and suddenly the ship begins to pick up speed.
Yes.
You
I
managed.
tie it to the railing, I guess.
Yeah,
or
you tie it
wherever
down.
there's a hold. Okay.
Sailing ships have these different parts on them, like they're blocks that you can essentially tie ropes to, and you find a free one and immediately tie it up. So that is all good to go. What do you want to do next?
I rush downstairs, like great sword at the ready, like laughing joyously, like
Okay.
like going into battle.
Tiffany, suddenly the ship picks up speed, and you watch as Pizar makes his way through the door here. It seems that you guys are the only ones left.
I'm like charging past him, like, you're done good, son.
I'm super disappointed that there's no one else down here for me to kill.
All the kills are taken. Yeah, okay. So you go running past him and head up to the top deck, and as you
Yeah.
do so, you get up there, and Tiffany, the first thing that you see when you get through the door here, like even before you can get to the steering wheel or anything, is you see that there's 2 vessels in front of you, and none of them are friendly.
We got more, boys! Get up here!
You can see that these vessels are not as well equipped as far as cannons go, it seems, but they have a lot of men on them. And,
Perfect.
Yes!
and both of them have moved in front of you to try and block your vessel. Now, at this point, you have a lot of speed, and your sails are properly aligned to give you like quite a bit of force headed further towards the port. You still have no idea how close you are to the port, but you do think that this ship is going to keep holding and keep going for a while. And everything seems to be rigged properly up here.
Alright, I'm still gonna... Oh, God. Does it look like these ships are gonna be able to stop us at all?
It looks like the 2 of them are, so to draw like a really simple drawing, this is your ship, say, and one ship is like this, and the other one is kind of like this. And right now, they're both in motion. One of them is traveling in this direction, and this one is traveling in this direction. So, this one, it seems, might be attempting to ram into the side of your ship to block you. You can make a perception check to tell whether or not it has the speed to do so.
Alright.
Does he get any bonus from being a sailor?
I would
That's
say
a 21.
so, but he's got it. I'm gonna roll luck for you guys. Yeah, you're fucked. That thing's gonna hit you.
This one's gonna hit us?
Yeah, you're
as
moving
we're
so
going...
fast that unless you can either bleed speed or manage to eke out more speed, you're going to be in a direct collision course where you guys end up here, and it rams into you from the side. So it's going to collide with the deck.
Oh,
the port
it's
side.
gonna ram into us.
Yeah, it's moving slightly slower, and you're going like too fast now, and that's going to hit
That's what
you.
we want.
All right. I'm going to run up to the wheel, and I'm
Okay.
gonna turn the ship this direction, so we
Oh.
ram into it instead.
Okay.
Yes! Barbarian logic is too strong.
Before you make that check, what is everybody else doing on the ship?
I'm rushing up
I'm
to the
running
upper deck.
to the front.
Okay, so
Like a
the
rock.
Orc brothers get up to the front here.
The rage probably wears off, so I'm gonna prepare a rage like right when we are about to hit him.
Okay. Pizar joins. Yeah, your guys' rages would be gone by
Yeah.
now. But the
Similar, getting prepared, hyping myself up. Fresh
Maybe,
blood all
maybe
over
getting
my
more
body.
balance, so I'm not hanging off the edge
Okay.
this time.
Yeah, you guys like clear the area. There's like a head on the ground nearby. You kinda,
Beating
like,
my
push that off the
drums.
side. Oh, you pull out the drums. Okay.
Oh yeah, beating the
Oh
drum.
no, I don't push the head off the side. I impale it on the top of my my greatsword, and I hoist it up like a flag.
Okay. I would like a check from you, please, Tiffany. Go ahead and make your roll for sailing ships. So proficiency and intelligence.
Oh God.
We're the smartest.
That's a 20.
So I will say that you definitely have enough speed to completely avoid this ship, and you'll be able to do the turn fast enough if you want, or you can ram into them.
No, we're ramming them.
We know the
Let's
correct
go.
option.
I would like an intimidation check from you three. Everybody roll, please.
Yes! I
The
knew that
drum,
halfway.
The spike on the head on the spike.
Please have advantage. Considering I'm holding a beheaded mercenary
baby.
on the end of
Mine's
my
a,
sword.
mine's a 20 intimidation.
10,
I got
Uh,
16.
16, a 20, and a
10.
10. Okay. I would not give you advantage, but I am letting you make this check because there is like a head there, and the ship is just like covered in blood, and there's only like 4 people.
Alright, makes sense.
And the slow
Look
beat
at me.
of drum.
I'm the captain now.
So, up at the front here, you see the other ship coming into view here, and gradually get to see more and more of it as you come barreling towards it. The crew of this ship is a mix of soldiers who are either holding torches or holding crossbows in your ship's direction, and as you guys put on this display, banging the drums, covered in blood, like orc war paint everywhere, and Pizar's got like a head on his sword. He's just like waving it like left and right, like some sort of flag. You watch as like a whole bunch of them actually start to like step away from the side of the deck. And
They know it's coming.
and the captain screams at them to hold their position, but it looks like it's not really working. At this point, they all collide, and I'd like everybody to roll initiative.
Yes.
While we're heading that direction, once I make sure I have the wheel turn right, can I just like jump this and just start sprinting towards the front?
Yeah, I'll give you a turn worth of movement, but without the dash.
You got it.
You can definitely jump
Right.
off the side. You don't have to use the stairs.
Sweet.
Let's see. They didn't roll too well.
Initiative. Initiative, bro. Oh boy, let's go.
We're fucking ready.
Woo!
I sense a bad time for some enemy soldiers.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
Did the Kool-Aid man
Oh,
crash
yeah.
into their ship?
It's perfect. We're busting through the wall of their shit.
So this one's kind of going like this. You guys have swerved into this one here, and this one was trying to make like a turn and has now smashed into you, or rather the other way around, and both of you are kind of headed in this direction.
Just all the redirection. We're gonna take out the entire blockade ship by ship. Just everyone to the next.
Tales will be told of the 4 barbarians that went ship from ship.
The rest of our soldiers are gonna be waiting on the beach, just like watching us like ram ship into ship for like the entire night.
All right, Tiffany, you're first to go here. You can see the other ship. Its configuration is a little bit different than the other ones, but it is about the same size. This midship vessel seems to be pretty common. See, the front deck here has ballistae on it. And, whoa, there we go. They are all being operated by the majority of the crew. So let's see here.
I see targets, boys.
The sea is thirsty. Let's give
These
them
guys
some
are
blood.
here, but a whole bunch of them have like stepped away from you guys. And then up at the top, we've got the wheel with El Capitan. That is a beautifully drawn wheel. I'd like to point that out. That is really
10 out of 10.
that is really something. Let's see if I can
Aw,
go a
yeah.
circle.
The one wheel you drew at the beginning was like perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect.
This one there, this one there.
This game is perfect.
So, do this guy. Captain here. There does not seem to be much for lower deck weapons, though you can see a door back here that must lead to the lower deck, whatever that is, though you would guess from the configuration that most of the people are up on the top deck here. You all smash into here, and given your initiatives, get to go first. Tiffany, what do you want to do?
Alright, I would like to rage, sprinting up this way and take a flying leap off of the railing over here.
Okay, go ahead and make for me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics? Alright. Can it be athletics instead? Oh, can it please be athletics? That's a 10.
Okay.
Acrobatics.
You leap up, but unfortunately manage to kind of mess up the trajectory. The boat is going incredibly fast, and then suddenly lurches here. So by the time that you jump, this spot that you were aiming for on the ship is kind of missed a little bit because of the force of the ship smashing into the other one at the wrong time. And you smash through the railing here and break the ballistae as you go rolling through it.
Well done.
Good job, Tiffany!
Perfect shot.
Oh my god.
You and two people nearby are knocked prone. So these guys, like you're right here, this guy's
You
over
landed
here.
on top of them.
We have become the projectiles.
This is completely broken and smashed.
Who needs range combat when you can just throw barbarians at them?
Human cannonball. I do need a save from you, Constitution saving throw, to determine how much damage you take.
Alright, okay. I've got a lot of constitution. And that's a pretty good roll. That's a 20.
Nice. Okay, you will take half of 6, so you take 3 damage.
Reduced to 2.
Sure, yeah, if you're raging, you'll take half.
Yep.
And
Alright.
next to you, I'm going to roll the saves for the 2 people that you barreled into. They're both good rolls. They are fine. The one next to you looks like he's in complete and utter shock, and it's still your turn. I would say you have maybe... Oh god. I don't think you have enough movement to get up, to be honest.
Probably not.
You can make, like, ranged attacks at people from the ground, if you want to. Like, throw shit at people or something. It's up to you.
Can I use my action to get up and make 1 attack instead of 2?
Sure, go for it.
Alright. I'll just stand up and hit this guy next.
Maybe you can send him over the deck or something.
Yeah.
Shove them all.
Ooh.
And that is a 19 to hit.
Yep, you definitely hit. Roll damage.
4.
Oh, he's
There
fucked.
it is.
Yep. Your battle axe just like stabs into this man's chest. There's no railing to really stop his fall, and you just like baseball bat him off the side like everyone's playing Smash Brothers or something. And off he goes.
Alright, who's next?
As I like turn to this entire group.
Everybody here is just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, there's splinters like going through your arm and like little pieces of wood in your chest. Like one of them moves as like your pec flexes. Pizar, it's your turn.
Is it?
It looks like it
Oh,
from
okay.
the order.
Oh,
You're like, I don't know, is it?
all right.
You tell us when to attack, and we go.
The first thing is I flick the head in the general direction of the captain,
Okay.
ideally landing next to him. With the is there a roll or anything, or just
Yeah, make like a dexterity ranged attack.
not hitting him though? Just trying to like.
Hey, I mean,
get
if you get
rid
a
of-
20,
This is a 16 plus what is it? Dex or
yes.
strength? So that is plus 5.
Okay, the thing slips off the top of the greatsword and like it actually sails over him because you throw it with so much force. It goes like just straight across the deck and flies above his head. And he just kind of like looks at it as it sails through the air. And he looks over at you and he looks like he's mad more than anything. Maybe he doesn't know the onslaught that's headed his way. But he doesn't really seem to be shaken.
Alright, I point the sword at him.
Okay.
I run in that direction and at the first person. Here.
Okay. Go ahead and... Are you,
I'm
oh,
gonna
sorry.
do
Are
a-
you attacking this dude?
Attacking this guy.
You're
Is there
attacking-
an opportunity attack?
No, I'd say that you could make it to here fine and then get this one. So go ahead and make your attack on that guy. Oh, shit. Yep, that's a hit.
24.
Yeah. This has to be one of the best combats I've ever had.
The flick is set at 2-2.
10 dead.
10 damage. I'm going to roll luck for you. He is still alive.
Alright, I would like to swing again.
Please do so. Okay, that's going to hit.
And I use my bonus action for rage so I can attack again. This is 12.
Your sword slices through him, and you easily cut one of his arms off as his body kind of slumps over the side railing and falls into the water nearby. His arm seems to roll in the opposite direction, though.
I just hold my hand up with my thumb, like facing my own neck, and I just draw it across, like I'm, like, gonna slit the captain's throat.
It
And
leaves
my
a
turn.
bloody streak
actually-
behind.
The captain points over to some of his men and calls for them to come and protect him. He goes, "You two over here!" And they look at the captain like he's a crazy person. Is that your turn?
Yep,
Yeah, right,
Lug two.
motherfucker. You're dead.
Lug 2, it's your turn.
How difficult is it gonna be to like get up here, like this direction?
Towards that top deck? Well, you're both at roughly the same elevation because you're on the raised portion for your ship as well. But your ship is going straight, so you're trying to do like a diagonal jump. I would say you could probably beat that on like a DC 10 acrobatics roll. It doesn't look too hard.
I'll run over and I'll say, you take the other brother, and I'll try and jump up to here.
Go for it. Make that roll for me. Oh boy.
Oh no, that's a 4.
Okay. You jump, and I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Danger sense or no danger sense?
I'd give you danger sense.
You're a generous god, Illusion.
Barbarians are lying. Danger sense.
Oh no. 8.
Okay. Lug 2 looks over in your direction. He tells you to go for the other ones, and then makes a glorious leap over towards this ship. But just as he jumps, so too does your ship collide with the other one. It's just as this one impacts that he makes his jump, and you watch as your brother goes sailing over the other ship. He goes over the railing, and then he looks like he's starting to come down a bit. He goes over 2 guys. He goes over a ballista. He reaches to grab onto a side railing, but misses and just falls into the water on the other side of the ship.
Oh god.
Bug!
Two.
Brother!
Lug 2, you're in the water on the other side of the ship.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
So I only use technically like 10 feet of my movement to like run here. Do I see anything that I could climb up? Is there a cannon hole I could climb into or something on the side?
Yeah, make an athletics check for me.
Okay. I am
It
raging.
goes straight from the bottom. Genius.
Orc tactics.
Tactics coming
Tactics.
through.
19 athletic.
You can see near you what looks like a ballista shot that has halfway embedded itself into the ship, and you might be able to swim towards it. It's right here. It's not the only one either. Like, this ship apparently took like a bunch of hits recently.
This is like basically all my movement getting to. So
Okay.
I'll like swim over and grab a hold of it and try and start climbing up.
Okay, I'm gonna roll luck for you here. You grab on, and your weight is enough to break the ballista. And you start to float backwards.
Are these more ballista in it? Like,
Yes.
do I get more shots at this?
It looks like there might be more chances depending on how the ship turns. Meanwhile, Lug, you just saw your brother fly over the side of the ship. What do you want to do?
Rage bonus.
Okay.
Out of the way, swine! And I'll run into these two, and my brother's not here, so I'm gonna reckless. I'm worried.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
Great weapon, of course. Oh yeah.
Oh, baby.
Not natural, but a 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
15 plus 8, 23.
Perfect. Are you aiming to hit the other one as well?
Oh, I'm certainly going to, yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll that next.
And we'll blow 2 heads.
Oh, nat 20!
Oh no!
Nat 20 and a nat 1. Beautiful.
Woo!
That's 3d8, homie.
3d12, yeah.
3d12, yeah.
Half orc crits.
Oh my god.
12, 14 plus 15, 29.
29 damage.
23 to one, 29 to the other.
Okay. So what happens is you leap across, and as you're leaping here, you swing with your great axe, and you manage to basically cut straight through one because the momentum of this ship just lets you, like, cleave through him with superhuman strength. He's still in 2 floating halves going through the air when your body collides with this one right here. And the both of you go, like, headed straight into the mast here. And you can hear the sound of all of his bones snapping simultaneously as you use him like a cushion. And, like, the whole mast feels like it shakes for
Beautiful.
just a brief second. And then he just falls to the ground like a sack of jam. They're both dead.
God.
Out of my way. That one's going next turn. I
Okay.
can't make any more attacks though.
So Lug, the one right next to you, like, sees you coming and immediately just, like, disengages. He just drops his weapons, turns around, and leaps. Like, he just dolphin dives over the side.
Oh no, it's gonna hit me.
And he's just like, whoop. No, but you see him go over top of you. Let's see what the rest of them do. The captain sees his men don't move at all. He starts screaming at them. This doesn't seem to help. They just turn. They leap as well.
Lucian, I have a really weird question to ask you.
Yes.
Is there any chance I can make an opportunity attack at that one as he jumps away?
I'll roll to see if he's close enough to you. It's a 6. Unfortunately, no. He goes past you in the
That's
water.
fine.
Over here, though, spirits seem to still be somewhat high. There's 9 of them, and, you know, only 1 of you. Everybody seems to think that the chances are okay. These ballista are kind of stuck where they are right now. So they come over, and these guys get up and go to engage you. While these ones seem to form like a firing line and shoot a whole bunch of crossbow shots at you. And this one over here aims his ballista at you.
Oh,
Shit.
We're gonna do the ballista first.
Holy crap.
Alright.
Tiffany, does a 15 hit?
Just barely.
Oh, shit.
That is, I think all of our ACs are 15.
Mine is
Yeah.
15, yes.
Mine is also 15.
Okay.
So there you go.
You take 17 points of piercing damage and are lifted off your feet and sent flying off the top deck.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. You and this man go flying and land prone here on the lower deck here. This one seems to have died from the impact, though, as his head concusses against the back sail. And you have a ballista, like, stuck in your chest.
Wow.
Let's see. These men here will adjust.
Pretty much.
Hardcore, man.
They move over to the side, and this starts a bunch of shots. 2 on Lug and 1 on Tiffany. The one on Tiffany will not be at disadvantage, given the height advantage.
The ones on Lug are at advantage because I recklessed.
Okay, perfect. So does a 14 hit, Tiffany?
No.
Nice, okay, you're good there. 2 hits on Lug. Let's see, a 9 and a... So does a 12 hit?
No.
Okay, second attack. That one's a 50... No, 60.
Yep, hits.
Okay. A single crossbow bolt strikes you for 6 damage.
Alright.
And at that point, everybody please roll initiative.
Oh, did the guy in front of me not attack me?
Oh, sorry, yeah, he'll swing at you. Hold on a second here. Does a 17 hit.
But that
3 damage. Thank you for reminding me. Let's see here. They roll a...
That was such a roller coaster for my initiative.
Yeah, I saw that.
it.
It's like,
It was like
yes!
17, 3, 15. I was like, okay, I'll take
Oh
it.
wow, they rolled really high.
Yeah, they got a 19 plus 1.
Did we both roll 17?
I am now
Hell
gonna
yeah,
roll
we
luck.
did, brother.
How fitting.
For the
You're
ship.
on the upper deck.
Oh, that's a 4. You just had 2 and the 2 2s and then a 4 for your luck rolls. This is not good.
No, this is amazing. This is what we want. We want more fighting.
So at this point, the ship begins to move. Not so much in its straight direction here, but it seems that the remainder of the force from your collision has pushed the thing sideways in the water here. And
Oh no.
Lug, you are pushed over in this direction and have a single opportunity to grab onto one of the ballista before you're dragged under the ship.
Oh shit.
I need you to go ahead and make for me a dexterity saving throw to grab onto the ballista here for a big
danger
wash.
son.
Danger sense?
You do have danger sense.
He senses the danger.
There is definitely some danger. Oh no. Oh,
Oh, hey,
oh,
hey.
that's
That's not bad.
a
still okay.
15?
Okay, you managed to grab the thing. I'm gonna roll luck for you. And
What's the-
miraculously, it holds. You can
Oh,
feel
thank
like
you.
the force here threatening to like pull you underneath as the current, like directly close to the ship's hull, is so intense from being pushed by the other ship. But you just like you're holding onto this bar for dear life, and you see nearby what looks like some of the sailors that had jumped off the side of the ship get washed underneath and just disappear under the water. So let's see here. Oops. It is the sailor's turn. This one gets
They
up.
go twice.
His crossbow is super broken, so he actually goes to man this. And
His crossbow is super broken.
and probably a couple of bones. These people, let's see if they abandoned their post. Okay. They will leave. Come over here as well. This guy would probably be stuck here.
Firing squad.
Let's see. Who is the favorite among the group? If it's a 1 to 10, it is Lug. Oh, well, that's a 16. All the shots, for the most part, are coming to you, Tiffany. You've got 3 headed your way and 2 for your orc friend. 3 shots on Tiffany. That's janked. 1 miss, 1 hit at 17, and a 13.
Is he prone?
Wow.
He is
Yeah.
prone.
But
Which would-
the height advantage takes away the disadvantage.
You take 7 damage, Tiffany, as a shot flies
Alright.
across and embeds itself in your leg.
What's going on?
Meanwhile, a couple of shots on the lug. Does a 12 hit you?
No, sir.
Okay, those 2 shots miss, embedding into the ship. A swing at Pizar. Pizar does a 7 hit, or a 6 rather.
Does not.
The man here misses, and then he feints, as though like he's going to continue fighting, and instead turns and leaps off the side of the ship here. You can make an opportunity attack if you would like.
All right.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
All right. There's a 22.
Roll damage. What did you do? What? What?
He broke the matrix.
Oh my god.
It's still a 5.
Still-
Okay, so that's 12 damage.
Okay. You managed to slice this man here before he can escape. Your sword completely like eviscerates him, sending his guts out as he attempts to leap over the side as you cut along his midsection, and he tumbles into the water. Surely a
I
bad
scream,
outcome.
"You can now run!" at the captain now.
The captain looks at you, and he seems to take that to heart, and turns and leaps off the side.
Is anyone keeping track of the people leaping
Wait,
off the
isn't
ships?
the boat going to like just crush the captain?
Sorry, off the back end this side.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
He's a little bit smarter than that. And at this
One would
point, oh boy, the firing squad and these people. It is now your turn, Lug. What do you want to do?
Brother! I grab my rope as I'm running, and I look for him, and I'm just throwing it off the edge.
Yeah, he's hanging from a ballista, like miraculously, half in the water.
Grab hold!
Brother!
Okay. There's crossbow shots flying around you, striking into the deck, and you're just like holding the rope here for him. Do you want to go to Lug 2's turn here, that he might grab the rope?
Yes.
Okay, Lug 2, do you want to take the rope?
Yes.
Okay. You're able to grab this and climb up, and using your combined turns, we can get you up to the top. Lug 2, I would say that you still have an attack, and Lug, you would have an attack as well if you wish, though your movements are spent.
Well, javelin's at the ready.
Javelin! Throw! I'll point at the one.
The guy at the top
Far
of the
left.
stairs. Okay.
Yeah.
He's blocking our way up. We gotta take him out first.
Uh-oh.
11 to hit?
Okay.
16 did.
The 11 misses, but the 16 lands.
Lug 1 is a little better with his javelin.
Yeah, Lug always
Yeah,
was the
noticed that.
javelin master.
3 plus 3 plus 2, 8 damage.
Okay. He is still alive, but you pierce through what leather armor he has there, and he looks like he's almost killed right there on the spot.
Javelin 2?
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, no.
wait, one attack? Or like, like
You're
one
level 5.
singular-
Yeah, go for it.
oh, beautiful.
Yeah, you guys can both make another roll.
We'll see if he gets a kill here. Nope.
It's a 9?
Damn. Nope. Bug might make it happen, though. Oh,
Nope.
shit.
A 10.
There's just like javelins flying past him, and he's like quickly scrambles to the left on the deck. It goes to the right. He goes to the right. It goes to the left.
You can't run from her. Well, my axe is sword worth.
Like
You
you guys
get the deal.
forget what you're gonna kill him with midway.
I like look at my weapon, I'm like, my axe, sword.
Tiffany,
Doesn't
it's your
matter.
turn. You're having a rest on the deck here.
I will get up from my rest, and I want to take the ballista bolt out of me,
Okay.
and I want to throw it at this guy.
Make a 0 proficiency, but still bonus of strength ranged attack here, as it's a.
All right. Okay. All right. You can't reckless range attacks.
Well, what the fuck?
I got the wrong.
There we go.
plus strength. That's a 14 to hit.
Okay, you hit. I'll say that you can roll the regular d6.
Regular
Javelin
d6
toss.
like a javelin?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh,
Six
Worst
damage.
javelin ever.
Okay. You hit this man right here with it, and although you don't kill him, you do manage to like knock him back prone with this thing. Which you're basically like throw a log at the guy, and he's just like, falls over.
Alright. And I don't know if you'll. How high is it? Right here?
That's like 5-6 feet.
Sweet. Can I like climb up here using my movement
Yeah, for sure.
with the space that he just vacated?
Mm-hmm.
And take my great axe and just bring it right down on top of him with my second attack.
Go for it. He's like trying to lift this log off of him.
Does a 14 hit?
Yes, it does.
Don't you have advantage because he's prone?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, either
It
way, I
doesn't.
think this guy's
I
pretty
don't know if
fucked.
it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's already taken damage.
9 damage.
The axe comes down and like it hits the top portion of this log here and doesn't actually go through it, but the log like just moves down 1 inch as you hear like everything crunch, and he just lets out this gasp like like just falls over. He is dead.
No metal can stop me.
I'll turn to this guy right here and just snarl into his face.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he likes where he is.
That's my turn.
Alright, you're up, Czar. What do you want to do? Your terrible display has, like, caused everyone, including the man at the wheel, to bail.
Oh my god, that movement!
That's real. It's so real.
Ran up the stairs,
Okay,
and I just stabbed this guy with my sword.
mobility features do work.
And try to lift him into the air, pretty much.
I feel like every time Z's gonna be too short, it's just like that 10 extra feet puts him right up to the guy.
Yeah, it's like.
Right.
Oh
you
no!
land it.
There's a net 1
Okay,
plus 7.
I'm gonna make a luck roll for you. That's not good. Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
They tried to fire the ballista at you.
So that
Oh.
is
Oh.
Is that less than 10?
it is less than 10.
Oh, I didn't hear the call.
It is less than 10. It's 6.
You swing here, and unfortunately, your axe slips from your hands, or your greatsword, sorry. And as you swing it here, he steps back, and you accidentally just like let the thing fly, and it just goes like a single piece of metal whipping like off the side of the boat.
Like a baseball bat.
Off the side of the
The guy
boat?
just
Yeah.
lets it go.
Yep.
Okay, well,
No more great sword.
well I pull.
Yeah,
As
that
my-
one into a 4 luck roll into like a 4 dex save. Your sword just like shit, and like your hands were so covered in blood, you forgot, and it just slips out and goes over the deck. And this guy looks for a moment like he's like, "Oh my god, I might live."
Bonus action. Pull out my hand axe.
His heart like sinks visibly in front of you.
Actually, it's not even bonus action. It's just an interaction. Right?
Mhm.
So it makes them want another attack on him.
Okay.
The 18 to hit.
Yep, you definitely hit. Roll damage.
That is a D6. Correct? Yeah.
Yeah, D6.
Oh shit.
D6 plus 6.
Did you watch Surviving Edged Weapons with us? I think you did. You know that scene where like the hatchet like goes through the guy's skull? You do that to him, and everybody just looks like, "What the fuck is happening?" You're almost certain everybody's gonna bail off this ship as you kill this man with an axe to the head, and then you pull it out, and little chunks of brain matter go like flopping out onto the deck.
And as a frenzied attack, I will chuck that same axe at the closest person.
Go for it.
Oh my god.
It hits.
That's 9.
If you get a 5 or a 6, you insta kill him.
Oh, please.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So just like into one guy's head, and then you just like throw it over your shoulder, and it just embeds itself in some guy's neck, and he just falls down and like slumps over the side onto the main and just like stops moving there. His axe is still
scream.
stuck.
I scream in victory. And my turn.
Okay. At that point, I would have everybody roll initiative. Actually, no. Everyone roll initiative. Let's see
Yeah.
how it falls.
You know how this
Yeah.
campaign
Get ahead of them. They ain't jumping off the ship.
Here
Oh
we go.
no!
Oh, they rolled a. Wait, what the hell? What?
Alicia, their
What?
dex is still +1, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll
Take
go
it.
first if you have more decks.
My dice landed on the 14 and then just like hopped up in the air randomly.
Yeah, tabletop does that sometimes. Okay,
You're
so
still in
everyone's
front of
placed.
them, Will.
Do I
Oh,
still?
shit.
Okay.
These guys are not looking good. I'm gonna roll
Oh,
luck
good,
for
okay.
everybody.
That's all that matters.
Holy shit, you guys have not had like a good luck roll at all. Okay.
Nope.
Oh my god.
This is what happens. As you guys are all here on the ship, you watch as the different portions of crew member are slowly but surely turned into either chunks of meat, or they jump off the side, or they're drowned under the ship. The captain bails. Everything is going in your favor. And then suddenly, something happens. There's a wave that washes over all of you, and it hits you with like a great deal of surprise as you were focusing very much on the dismemberment of the last few individuals here. You feel like you're all about to get the drop on them as they're on the back foot, moving to try and escape. Most of them are probably going to jump off the side, but they don't get to either, as the ship behind you, filled with cannons and everything, suddenly explodes.
Whoa! Yeah.
It seems that the barrels at the back must have been the origin. As you watch, the whole back end, like 50% of the ship, just explodes into splinters. And above you guys, lit by flame on this like piece of cloth for the sail, you watch as gradually the entire mast does like a flip through the air, and it looks like it's coming directly for all of you. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm assuming we can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
So many dice.
If this is a fucking.
Yeah.
Post your results in the chat, please, so I don't have to look at these 50 billion
Oh
dice.
shit.
Oh no. Oh no.
Log!
22 on the dexterity saving throw. Wait, 13, 16, 6, 22. Oh no. Oh no.
Log!
Everybody goes to leap. I'm gonna roll to see which one of you is directly underneath the sail. Let's see. 1 being Lug 2, and 4 being Tiffany. Oh. It's directly over top of Lug 2.
Oh no.
And as it comes down, Lug 2, you're easily able to jump off to the side here. And as you do, you seem to avoid this massive piece which lands like directly in the center of the ship you're currently on, smashing like right here. And the whole thing cracks and begins to tumble as like the two halves begin to kind of like come up Titanic style, like they're about to kind of like wedge into one another. So it's like you guys are at the bottom of a V shape, where this is like the top of one side of the V and this is the top of the other.
What's going on with
alright.
our old ship?
Your
It
old
just
ship?
blew the fuck up.
Yeah, so the back
Oh,
half
that's the one
is-
that blew up?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
back half exploded. This half looks like it's kind of just sinking nearby. You can see what looks like the top portion of it is slowly but surely going in towards the ocean. And as this thing explodes and the force hits here, everything is suddenly tossed up. Tiffany, I need you to make a secondary dexterity saving throw, please.
Alright.
The rest of you passed, though, and you managed to dodge the sail, so that's good.
That is an 11.
An 11. Okay. Everybody on this portion of the ship is far up enough that when the thing gets snapped, you guys are kind of like on one side of a teeter-totter as somebody jumps on the other side. And all of these soldiers are launched through the air, including yourself, and you smash into the other side, but you're probably still conscious, only taking 2 points of damage.
Produced 1.
Yep. As you smash into some of the wooden flooring of the other side, and gradually all of you guys kind of slide down towards this area. Yeah, with you
So I'm
over
like
there.
over here.
And you see the bodies of other soldiers like around you, while most of them are in the water here. all of them apparently dead. At that point, something strange happens, and you watch as these two portions of the ship begin to drift apart, as the front end starts to go like this, and the other one starts to kind of flop to the other side, and they rip apart. What do you guys want to do? You're in pseudo-combat.
I look at my brother and ready my rope to throw to Tiffany.
Tiffany, get over.
Can I jump at using this as a step across to this side?
Oh, no, it has smashed, like, it's
Oh,
like in the water,
it's just
pretty much.
all the way through.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can
All right,
definitely make a check to try and grab the rope if you'd like. Dangerous.
Yeah,
rope.
for sure.
I'll reach out a hand if he
Right,
goes to
same
jump
here.
across.
Watch, I was gonna reach out and help,
Yeah.
but he got it. He got it.
Sure. Yeah. If there's a rope, I'm gonna try to grab it.
Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw. You do have advantage from danger sense.
So much danger sense.
So much. Oh no, that's a 9.
Okay. You throw out this rope, but watch as the two halves start to like drift apart, and Tiffany reaches for it but misses it amidst all the chaos, the burning ships, the two halves. It's tough to really nab onto anything given that you guys are on sinking halves of a ship, which is just like attempting to go into the ocean and drift apart at the same time. And it actually, the two halves feel like they might flop to the side as well. You think that this one's going over like port side, and this one might go over starboard, as the two just start to like drift apart.
All right, screw the rope. As I'm kind of like leaning down, I just turn it into like a double arm swing leap across this direction.
Okay. Make for me
See
an
if I can get
athletics check, please.
Awesome. Okay,
Hey.
that is 25.
Okay. Tiffany goes leaping and makes a huge jump, probably about 30 feet across here, and manages to land on your piece of ship, which is gradually taking water. And then suddenly something else happens. All of you are nudged over towards the right, like 4 or 5 inches, as you realize that your half of the ship has hit the pier, and you made it into town.
Cool.
Yes.
We jump out of the
off.
pier.
There is a like barnacle encrusted ladder made of wood nearby that goes from the water like up to the top there, and you can see what look like a whole bunch of guardsmen nearby who have like hooded lanterns kind of held low, looking at you guys from up atop.
We're just like,
Enemy soldiers?
No, they're town guard it seems, and all that they're wearing shows them to be members of the town guard for Kedum, and they're all holding crossbows. Like, who the fuck are these crazy people who just washed up on the shore?
Victory!
That blockades took nothing against us.
They seem to be intent on barring you from going up the ladder, and you see like what looks like 12 men all holding their crossbows towards like your little group here, which is huddled at the bottom of the pier as the waves kind of rush in and pieces of wood like float by and everything. And,
Lucian, what's the guy's name we're fighting against?
Jarma.
Jarma. I just screamed, "Death to Jarma!"
Yeah!
No.
You see a couple of the guards kind of like exchange weird looks as they look at one another, like, what the fuck is going on? And then another figure makes his way through the group, stepping up to this firing line, and he puts his hand on one of the crossbows and kind of like pushes it to the side. And he calls out to you and says, "What company are you with?" And you know he's asking what mercenary group you guys are a part of, and your mercenary group is called...
Everybody make an intelligence check.
Yeah, I feel like I would not know this.
Yeah, see if you
I'm
guys
gonna roll
remember. Go ahead and roll for it.
Okay, that's a 16.
Okay.
A 7.
12.
And another 12.
You're with a mercenary group known as the Crazed Mumblers.
The crazed mumblers.
Yeah.
He looks over and he says, "Is there any more of you?"
I look
No.
back for any sign of the rest of our...
Yeah,
There's just,
turn
like,
around.
You see
Like,
what looks like a
shoulder by
disembodied
axe.
hand, like, floating on the water nearby.
They didn't even make it off the first ship.
I don't think so.
It took us... I hold up my hand. 2...
3?
3 ships to get here!
This many ships.
He whispers something to, like, one of the guards nearby, and then he's like, alright, get up here! We'll see about getting you guys washed off. And with that, we're going to take a brief 5 or 10 minute break.
Oh my god. That was great.
That, hands down, was the best combat I've ever participated in D&D. Thank you guys so much.
These guys jumping into everything.
How much total damage did we as a group take?
So much.
I took a total of 11, so like
I took
22.
a total of 3.
I took 8 damage so far. I think Josh got hit the hardest because of
I
the
took a
ballista bolt.
total of 17 damage.
We took like 30 damage.
Jesus Christ.
What was yours?
I'm like 2/3 health.
11 damage. I got hit hard at the beginning and then never again.
Oh my
Full
god.
barbarian party is real.
That's so glorious.
Okay.
Can we just take a moment of silence for our boy Pizar's greatsword though?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Seriously,
That's
yeah.
the
We
first
gotta-
thing. This town that has a blacksmith. I'm buying a big weapon of any kind. Like, that's the only thing I need. Might
I
even
think
buy
after
Get
watching
yourself
that-
a mall.
I think after watching that, I'm gonna get a second greatsword to keep on my belt.
Yeah.
I have
gonna
the
get another
carrying
weapon as well.
capacity.
I do as well. I as well have 2 weapons.
How many enemy soldiers jumped into the water?
Probably like a dozen, if not more. You probably got a kill count of roughly 20 people, with maybe about 10 jumping out.
It was so fucking good.
Oh, we've
We
been
had
keeping a kill
6
count on the right there.
We had 16 confirmed, 26 confirmed kills as a team.
Jesus
Just
Christ.
the bodies that we actually took, and then all the people that jumped out. I'm so sad that both the captains survived.
Yeah.
Or they're drowning in the ocean. They-
Survived for now, yeah.
Well, they're sailors. They can probably swim, but yeah, who
But
knows?
can they swim in an explosion?
Right, yeah, so there's clearly a lot of other shit going on. Alright, I'm gonna hit the bathroom calls, and
Yep.
we'll be back for the last hour or so of the session in 5 or 10 minutes here.
Yeah. I'm gonna go make a sandwich and get myself some reds here. This calls for some alcohol right now.
Casey and Twitch chat is just like, what the actual fuck?
Everyone is reconsidering session 2. Everyone is playing Barbarian.
I would be down with that.
An entire like campaign, like not just those great souls, the barbarians.
Barbarian souls.
Oh my god. I love playing some characters like you just charge. There's no strategy, there's no kiting, there's no magic.
There's no
you
looking
just
at your
hit
spell
things and they
slots.
die.
I was a little bit worried about our boy Pizarre getting exhaustion.
Oh yeah. 2 levels of it right now, I think.
He's gonna sleep like a baby tonight.
Fucking great. What a good scene. Like, just the visuals of that scene is so good. Like,
I
on a
can, like-
ship, just like... battles everywhere.
I can just picture the 4 of us like on the front of the first ship, ready to go, like holding 4 massive weapons.
We stand alone with all these casual soldiers.
That poor, the poor. What were they called? The murmling, the
Something mumblers?
yeah. The poor mumblers, man.
Hey, they didn't follow us into battle.
If I had been playing anything except the barbarian, I don't know if I would have followed us into battle.
What a smart way of getting rid of all the people on our ship. Just oh, they're all separated on another ship. Yeah, the ship you're on gets fucking blown apart.
I like the Lucian's descriptions as we went through that.
Oh, man, it was so good.
It's very good. Ooh.
I feel like I need to just like rest my like very mellow and because I gotta do that gruff voice for the rest of the night.
So much manliness. It's very satisfying that like one hit was like a kill every
Mhm.
time, almost, unless it was like a javelin.
Great weapon
Like-
mastery.
Like
is
with
broken
with great
shot.
weapon, if we hit, they're dead. Didn't matter what
Yeah.
we rolled.
Our great weapon master bonus was more than their health.
Yeah.
Casey says, "What magic?"
Campaign Barbarian Wars. That had to be one of like the best fucking combats ever.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, I read that too. The whole the beast speak thing. When we're never gonna get to use that. Doesn't
Yeah, I'm
really
trying
come into
trying to
play
think of any situation where we would actually use that.
to ourselves. So, at the beginning, you were like, the group decided on some like thing. Was there like a what was that about? Was there like a choice of things?
Yeah,
What?
there was another game, Will, which is basically what the other campaigns are all doing. Like, I think Monday through Wednesday are all doing.
No.
Oh, is somebody
Monday and
else doing
Tuesday.
this one?
And then Wednesday and Thursday are doing the siege.
Oh, cool.
The other team also blew up a ship, but it was intentional, unlike you guys who just kind of left a bunch of
This
black
was
powder
like-
unattended.
This was the perfect thing. Could not have been better. Pure chaos. Ah, so good.
Yeah, you narrated that very well, man.
You did.
Well, thank you. I hope you're all enjoying yourselves. I have a little bit left to go here.
If that was a fucking movie scene or something, it'd be like the most entertaining shit ever.
There were certainly a lot of ridiculous moments. I kind of... I don't know, I'm a very visual guy when it comes to, like, picturing battle scenes and stuff. That probably helps. So I kind of see stuff like a movie scene. I go, like, if this character did this, then what would
Yeah.
happen? So,
It does a lot for everything.
I was trying my best to be like the crazy berserker. It's like scaring the shit out of people that see me.
I like
man, it's
the
just a
having the
job.
head on like the end of the stick, like just waving
Yeah,
it back and
waving
forth.
it as we get.
The other
I
team's
like
just
when
like,
the-
what the fuck? There's like drums being played.
I liked when the guy was like, "It's just a job, man, please," and you just looked up to the sky, and you're like,
No. My favorite was the axe when he just fucking comes down and insta kills the guy and then throws it at the next dude.
Yeah, that was the best.
Like lose the sword. Oh fuck. Well,
I
fine.
might live. I might live. Yeah, the man's heart sinks as he pull out an axe and embed it into his head. Throw it at his friend. Oh, I lost my sword? Fuck it, I got another axe right here.
Hand axes are pretty good. They get kind of like a bad rep just because they're like, I don't know, light, like simple weapons, I guess. But they're put in work, especially the fact that you can dual wield them and you can throw them too.
Yeah, I think it's just the javelin with shorter range because the javelin can't really be used in melee, right?
Oh shit. Did we get any javelins back off that last ship?
No.
No, we
I
only
still
have two
have
left.
four.
Will.
I still
We've
have
got
four I
two
can
left.
give you guys, but I
Alright,
lost my great axe and one of my hand axes.
Well, we can probably restock
sword.
now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we have 70 gold, dude. We
Yeah,
I only
and we're clearly the MVP fighters. These guys are gonna want to.
Almost done over here. We'll start in like a minute.
You think those guys were watching?
No, rush or like a sight glass or something. Just like holy hell.
Well,
I hope those guys are on our side.
they would have been able to see, but only in like flickers of light, right? Because you're fighting on ships in the evening, like, or not in the evening, like basically at midnight, and the only thing lighting is like the occasional torch or lantern here and there on the ships, right?
In one flicker, there's 10 soldiers. In the next, there's 5. In the next, there's 1, and his head flies.
It's like a strobe light, and it's just like body
Yeah.
parts flying across.
Solution. If you
Oh
didn't
my
destroy all the ships, I just kept imagining like ghost ships like floating through the sea as we just keep leaving them to the next ship to the next ship.
Souls of the damned, just like it was just a job.
Empty ships just crashing inside of the shore.
I was
I'm curious to see
so low.
if anyone else made it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be rolling that luck roll once we start up here.
that one giant ship that had like all the cannons that was
The one
helping
that completely obliterated a ship next to us.
Mm-hmm.
Just like nuked it.
No, bye-bye.
The D&D Yamato cannon. They did that just to impress you. They only had to shoot like 4 times to kill it. They're like, fire all guns! The ship just like becomes pulp. Like, hey! Morale boost!
We don't want to have to turn. Fire cannons.
Oh yeah, I completely pictured that like a movie when you describe Will or Lug One, like smashing the guy into the mast and turning him into jam. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, oh, beautiful.
Well, you hit like 2 great weapon strikes for like a total of 60 fucking damage on these guys. And I'm like, we gotta make this epic. That's why I didn't even tell you.
Like,
that
how
you
much
killed
health
the
do
first
they
one.
have?
How much health did they have?
Yeah, because every time Jim and I would hit, it would be like over 20 damage.
They
Anywhere
seem
from like
to die
10 to
from-
14 HP.
Yeah.
The captains would have had more, but obviously they were like, yeah, no.
The overkill was strong, and I loved it.
And the guys on the bottom deck there of the first ship were just like AC 10 kind of people, like just like deckhands with daggers that look over to see the fucking door fly open and Tiffany steps in covered in blood, just like, oh fuck. It's like game over.
There's so many scenarios where it's like, hey, it's like 10 of us versus 1. And then that quickly goes the other way.
Oh, there's 3 of us versus 3. Oh, okay, we're dead.
Whoops.
Okay, so let's do the last hour here. Is everybody good to go?
Oh, great.
Awesome.
Can you give another like 30 seconds to finish off the sandwich?
Oh, go for it.
All right, cool.
No, we are not pressed. Oh, excuse me.
All right.
I wish I had some wine as well. It's too bad. I think I'm out of liquors here.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I always enjoyed playing like big frontline guys in every game. Like,
Yeah.
RPG game.
It feels good.
Feels great.
Like you walk up to a guy and you know you're coming out on top.
Don't have to worry about them making their saving throw for a spell.
Yep. All right, I'm good to go. By the way.
Here we are. Let's see.
Make a saving throw for the axe.
Okay. Damn, I was so into the comment there, I completely forgot to write notes. But ultimately,
Session log start.
Murdered a whole bunch, dude.
Barbarians are
Ships
way
are
waiting.
destroyed.
the fleet.
Bunch of madmen jump from boat to boat.
there we go. You arrive here on the dock, making your way up the barnacle-encrusted ladder. The guards here look like they would offer to help you, but they just step out of the way, seeing full well that you guys are some crazy berserkers who are more than capable of helping yourselves up here. And before long, you've made it up onto the top of the pier. You see what looks like a bunch of sort of undercover guards nearby. It's clear that there is a contingent of them keeping a perimeter around the port, but they keep their lanterns low so as to not really give off any light. And the captain, who had spoken with you guys just a moment ago, is there standing nearby. He says, "It's good to see some friendlies made it. Looks pretty rough out there." And you see he looks past you guys towards the sea, and sure enough, you can see what looks like cannons being fired and burning ships sinking into the ocean, and just like a whole, a whole slew of wreckage that like floats across the water and everything in different areas. You can see ships that are still intact, duking it out with one another, other ones which look as though they're just moments away from falling into the sea. It's a complete mess.
Do you have a ship we can take out to continue fighting?
The guard captain pauses for a second, like he's weighing his words, and then he says, "No, we lost our ships, unfortunately, in the initial attack."
Unfortunate.
He nods.
You
to
could-
He says,
You
"When
can have
Jarmus
ours
forced-"
there.
He gives you like a dry laugh, and just kind of chuckles to himself and turns back and says, "When Jarma first attacked, we were able to keep the port, but we lost most of our ships, and a few of them actually made it into the city as well. Been kind of hunting down the last remainders of them ever since. Had the port closed off, though, we haven't been able to do anything about it until you guys showed up, so thank you."
I just growl disappointedly as I wash the blood off myself.
You said there's more enemies in town. Where? Point us.
There's plenty more for the fight. There's a bit of a problem. He
We're
could
good at solving problems.
his eyes are drifting up to like the top right, and he looks back to you when you say this, Tiffany. And he says, "Okay, well, here, we have another assault planned. Turns out that the watchtower here, and you see he points like off just into the darkness, basically. But you can tell because of how there's no stars that shine through there's like a dark silhouette, that there must be some kind of structure that he's pointing at. And he says, the watchtower's been taken, and the majority of them got into there. They've got a fortified position, but we're planning to launch an attack on them at sunrise. So if you boys are down, then you can definitely join us tomorrow."
We'll be there. Why wait so long? We're here now.
He gives you a nod, and he says, "A lot of money was spent on the Mumblers. Are you sure you're the only ones that made it?"
No idea. We left them
We are the
behind
only
to
ones
kill.
that matter.
We went ship hopping. Took us. Well, our ship hit one ship, and then we got on that one, and then that ship hit another ship, and that's the one that's in the dock.
The rest of our crew was gone within mere moments of the start of the battle. We're all that remain.
You hear what sounds like somebody screaming out, and he goes, "No, no, please!" And then this like cry of pain and the sound of like crossbow bolts being let loose and whatnot, and you can see like a group of guards past the one that you're talking to, who are along the port, shooting what appear to be survivors of Jarma's group that have managed to float over here and swim up to port and just get shot while they're in the water.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people in the water.
Do I recognize one of these as the cowards that jumped away from us?
Make a perception check with disadvantage. Like, 'cause they got more hand axes. Oh,
Oh.
Ooh.
Ah.
Is it 10?
It's a wasted 20. With the 10, no. You can't tell their identities, but you can tell from the shapes in the water and the momentary flashes of light from the guardsmen's lanterns that they are definitely enemy soldiers.
Tell your guard there will be a lot more washing up soon.
He gives you a nod and says, "We'll handle it. I've got plenty of men working this evening. We heard word that you'd be trying to break the blockade. It looks like you've done it." And he looks over and sees what appears to be a ship that's drifting into port, still intact. Time for a luck roll to see how many of your friends have made it. Oh my fucking god.
I was gonna say,
luck
can we get one good luck
That's
roll
a
tonight?
what?
My god, a 3?
You know
Three.
what? The other group rolled garbage for luck as well, so it seems that this is just destined to be a very desperate campaign for anybody attempting it.
Barb's one enemy, David 0.
Who needs luck when you have barbarians?
You see a single ship roll into port, and it's that gigantic 3-deck galley with all the cannons
Nice.
you had seen before. And it is in bad shape. A portion of it is still on fire. Like, one whole side looks like it's had oil doused on it, and is currently burning with flames, while other portions of it have, like, ballistas in them. The railing looks like it's been smashed to bits. There's, like, cannon holes in one side. The sails are just, like, discarded pieces of cloth that like a homeless man would be ashamed to wear. Like, the whole thing is it's decimated, but it's still floating somehow, and it seems that like the lower decks have not been damaged to the point where it's going to sink, and it actually seems still seaworthy. It floats in, comes up to the port, and you can see what looks like a very disheveled crew that begin to throw ropes over the side. And guards go over there, and you can see what looks like a guard captain of some kind headed to go and speak with them. It looks like some of you made it. As you stare beyond that, however, the cacophony of cannon fire dies down, and it goes from like a drum roll that has been carrying on through the night to just the occasional pop every now and then as what remaining fighters and vessels there are gradually fall into the ocean. You can't tell, but it looks like there's none coming other than this one ship.
Well, where's that guard tower? Can sit over there.
Guard
Make
tower.
sure none of them escape.
I've got a set of people watching that. Actually, make a persuasion roll, please, Tiffany.
All right. Yeah, that's a 7.
He looks like he's thinking about it, and he goes, "No, you guys need some rest. You're clearly some fighters that we're going to need on the front lines. I don't want you guys to get banged up if they try and escape this evening. Don't worry, I've got plenty of guards over there."
Do you have equipment?
What did
My
you say?
man here lost his sword. I pat.
Where's your armory?
Oh, he looks over, and what are you wearing right now, Pizarre? Like, what do you have for equipment on you?
I'm literally like just wearing clothes and 1 hand axe, 4 javelins, and a backpack.
You look like a lost lumberjack. Okay, he looks you up and down. You have a backpack, right?
Yes, I do.
So he sees that you're basically, you've got common clothes, a backpack, and a hand axe at your belt. And he goes, yeah,
Actually,
we
I'm
can...
going here.
What's that?
I'm shirtless here. Just pants.
Shirtless. Okay, just the pants.
I think we have like loincloths, the lugs.
Yeah, I've got like a sailor's outfit and a great axe and like 5 javelins, and that is it. I don't have a backpack. I don't have any supplies.
Okay, you guys came prepared.
Going first.
I carry all my leader's supplies because I'm his bitch, right? So I gotta carry the food.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, all right. Turns over and he goes, Vonders, take them over to the armory, get them set up, okay? And he gives them like a proper nod, and one of the guards here goes, oh, all right, sir, this way. And he goes to lead you guys down the pier.
All right, we're gonna follow the guy leading us to the giant weapon.
Yes.
You can see that a considerable amount of people seem to pour out from this one ship that has made it. The triple-decker must have had a pretty decently sized crew, as you see a dozen start to walk down the planks, then another dozen, another, and it looks like you guys will at least have some help, but that was a very, pitched battle, and a very narrowly won victory, if one could even call it that. The amount of reinforcements that you had attempted to get into the city, a force of maybe anywhere from 1 to 150 strong, has now turned into a group of 30 or 40.
Jeez. What kind of damage do we do to the enemy, though? That's the big portion.
You know what? Maybe you've cleared the port, right? So maybe it'll be easier to get more.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now, you guys are led through and are eventually brought to what is clearly one of the guardhouses. And instead of taking you up to the front door, this guardsman seems to go around to the side to a locked door at the back that has a set of padlocks on it. And one by one he goes through some keys and then eventually steps in. And you see what looks like a fully decked out guardsman's armory. There is... There's chainmail and ringmail everywhere. You can see leather armor, there's crossbows, there's little short swords, there's some long swords as well. I'm gonna roll luck for you though to see if there's a great sword. As you look around, there are no great swords,
The
unfortunately.
luck is just amazing.
Your luck is fucking garbage tonight.
Are there any other big weapons like a giant hammer, a maul of some sort, an axe?
Right, let's see. The closest
Two-handed
thing
weapon.
that you find is there's spears.
2-handed spear?
Yeah. So it's a 1d8 with 2 hands.
Oh god.
Yeah. Table talk, as far as damage goes, you see what looks like 2 long swords that are over there on a rack, which is probably the best for just raw damage.
D10, yeah.
D10, yeah. But it seems as though the guards don't really have much for large weaponry. You also see that as far as javelins and hand axes go, they're dry. There's only crossbows, arrows, that kind of thing, the standard weaponry of the guard. You don't see much variety for weaponry here. The guard turns to you and he says, help yourselves, within reason. We do need
Where
this
are
for
your
coming
javelins?
out. The guard doesn't keep any javelins, unfortunately. There's plenty of shops in town, if you want to go and buy some from them, though they're probably closed, given that it's the middle of the night.
I walk over and pick up 3 spears and put them in my bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a couple of spears as well.
The guardsman sees this and he goes, "Yeah, those are basically javelins. Just help yourselves."
It'll do. It'll do.
How many spears do they have that we can split among ourselves?
I'll roll.
Oh god.
No,
3 of them.
please.
There's 11 spears. You can divide them as you wish.
So I grabbed both the long swords.
Nice. Okay. One in each hand. They feel good. It's not a proper greatsword, but it'll do.
I need 4 of these
Are
spears.
there shield?
There are
I'll take
shields.
3 spears.
I will grab, some type of round shield or anything else that kind of resembles. Yeah.
There are enough shields that all of you could get one easily.
No thanks.
Nope.
I have a long
I'll
sword
take one.
shield.
Okay. So you guys gear up, taking some of that. Is there anything else you're looking for?
I liked what I saw with those hand axes. Are there any hand axes?
Unfortunately, no. Just like
I
the
sold
javelins,
us.
the guard doesn't seem to use them.
Okay.
Could you imagine guardsmen using hand axes as weapons? Like some weird mafia shit?
Fucking brutal.
Yeah.
You like go to steal something and you're running away, and all of a sudden a hatchet is in your back, and you're just like, oh fuck!
Pretty messed up.
Great.
Oh wait, longsword's versatile. That's what you guys mean. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Do they have like I saw him lose his greatsword, and that would just be tragic. Maybe like hey, you got any like chain that you could attach to my arm and attach to my axe?
The guard seems confused. He says, chain? For your arm?
I don't want to lose my axe. You guys don't have any extras. This is very valuable.
He hesitates and says, no, I don't think we do. Sorry.
Fine. We'll do it like we always do. Where can we get some rest? Get some grub? I'm hungry.
And I'm thirsty.
Some ale be good right now.
Meat.
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 The guardsman seems to be a bit put off by this. He's a little bit worried. There's no need for an insight check. It's plain to see on his face. And he looks like he's racing through his thoughts, and he's thinking to himself, and he goes,
What troubles you, little human?
no, I'm just...
Food either?
I'm trying to remember who's open tonight. There's the hardtack down by down on Port Street. You could try that. I think they're open all night. Get some food.
The
And some
heart
rest.
attack.
Yeah,
No.
they've got a decent stew. You could probably get some meat there. Might be some
Yes.
left over from before the blockade.
Attack.
Good.
Food.
Yeah, you guys head over there. Hopefully the spears help.
Where?
Wait, how did we distribute the 11 spears?
I have 3.
They got taken. I grabbed 4 of them.
I
Lug
took
grabbed 4 of them.
I got the last 3.
Okay, never mind then.
I'll hand you one, like,
That's all good. I have 4 javelins still.
I've got 5.
So
and I like keep holding the spear out.
the guardsman begins
That's
to lead you
awesome.
out of the armory, and he points down the street, and he goes, "You'll see it. It's probably one of the few places with the light still on. It's just on the right down there."
All
Why
right.
is it so dark here in town? You guys not have light?
No,
Is fire unheard?
he
They're
shakes
trying
his
to be
head.
sneaky, Lug.
He says, "King's orders, not to have the light on during the siege. Not right now."
The same reason they didn't want us playing on trumps.
We sure did play them when we got a chance.
No
Those
one can
yellow
stop
belly
us from
bastards
trumps.
ran from us.
The
Everyone
guardsman
runs
takes
from
his
drums,
leave.
Lug.
While you're talking about your drumming and everything, he bows out and says, "Good luck." Does up the locks and just turns to go away.
They always run from the drums.
And not in agreement.
Where's this heart attack? Please,
I'm
hungry.
beating on my chest in the same beat of the drums as we go down.
All right. Let's get some food, boys.
Sure enough, down the road, there's a little tavern with the sign outside that says the Hardtack Inn. And you can see that the door is closed and the windows are currently sort of blocked out by some cloth that has been draped over them. However, light continues to shine through, and it's a sort of dull light. It's not on a main street. It's very sort of hidden away from everything else. And you can hear the sounds of what must be some people in there having some drink.
I'm going through that door.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Stepping
Still
through-
just like entrenched in blood and war paint and sweat. And...
No, you guys were dunked in the water, so you know you're
Hmm.
you're less bloody than you are water
Damn.
drenched. Yeah. As you step inside, the atmosphere is cheery, despite everything that you have seen during this day. It seems that there's a few peasants in here who are currently washing away their woes and their ills with some food and drink, while at the same time a bard plays over in the corner and a fire burns, giving off a very warm and pleasant feeling. You could feel as though your clothes are gradually starting to dry just being.
Much better.
I just walk up straight up to the bar, slap down a gold, say
Food and ale.
How much meat do you have? All of it.
The barkeep gives you a knowing glance, and he says, "Sure thing, boys." Takes the single gold coin from you, and he gives like a call into the kitchen. And before long, ale and meat stew shows up in front of you all at the bar.
Now this is my kind of place.
They need to put you in charge of everything. You know what you're doing.
we just go at it.
The barkeep's like starts wiping down a portion of the counter, and he says, "I've been telling them that for years."
We'll put in a word for it.
Where'd you boys blow in from? You don't look like any locals.
Mercenaries.
Mercenaries, I suppose. Just came in tonight, off the sea.
He goes, "No kidding." And you hear what sounds like a distant cannon blast, like way off. It's the first one you've heard in a while. And he goes, "Just made it into port, huh?"
Yeah, they wouldn't let us go back out there. They ain't got no more ships.
He gives you a nod.
We broke the 3 that we were on.
Take down any of Jarmus' men?
Oh, yeah. Bunch of cowards.
He looks at all of you and he goes, "Look, you leave my my tavern in good shape for tomorrow, and the food and drink's free." And he gives you like a nod.
Ha 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 ha.
We'll be on our
Yeah.
best behavior.
He goes, "Good," and he starts to like refill your ale.
We like just woke up, right? Like this is pretty much the middle of the day for us.
Yeah,
I
you
understand.
guys got like a couple of hours of sleep during the day before this fight, so you guys would still start to feel tired, especially after an exertion like that of like swimming through the water, suffering
So we-
explosions.
We would be able to take like a long rest.
Totally, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Is that the plan, to eat and rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I got on my plate.
Rooms, yeah.
Let's see here. Okay. Now, I'd like everybody to please roll perception.
Perception.
Yeah, just a straight
All
perception
right.
roll.
Hit the wall.
Aw.
Give me that bounce.
Give me that bounce, baby!
Hey, hey!
5, 10, 21, 11. Was that a nat 20?
Who, me? No, I have a +4.
Okay. So, all of you guys have a pleasant evening of food and drink. It's clear that the city is suffering from the fact that, you know, impending doom lays just outside the walls. But the people in this tavern, at least, seem to just kind of play it off as though, if we die tomorrow, who gives a fuck? and people are
All
pretty
right.
jolly about it, and get down to drinking and playing some card games and laughing. And the bard is singing a song essentially about a bunch of men who like made their last stand against like a what was it, an orcish tide, and eventually died, but took down like hundreds of them in their wake. And everybody kind of like gets in, and you see some people tapping their feet along to the song. It's a really good evening. You eat.
Do we take any offense at that?
Well, I don't know, because the orcs win in the end.
And they are full bloods. Nobody likes a full blood.
Exactly. No one likes a full blood, and that's what they're talking about. So you guys are seated there and having your food and drink when you overhear something, Lug 2. There is talk amongst one of the tables that's fairly hush-hush between two people, one with like a sort of dark cloak that is definitely not in place for the atmosphere here. He looks like he's a sort of evening sleuth hiding his identity compared to all the evening revelers. And he and another one, what appears to be like an elf of some kind, maybe a high elf, they're both talking about something. And you hear what sounds like a muffled rumor about necromancers lurking in the city. And it seems that the two of them believe that Jarma has some necromantic agents that are currently working in the city. And they're worried about it, and one of them is talking about how they're going to get out of the city and which gate to attempt to sneak out of to escape. What do you want to do with that information?
I'll pound another ale, oblivious to all the list.
Which gate do they say is the best one for getting out?
It looks like they're undecided. They talk about how the main gate probably has the most people watching it, but the enemies might be ready to attack the side gate over towards the west, so maybe there's more people there than they think. One of them mentions they should just try and swim out, and one of them says, like, no, tonight? Are you fucking crazy? Like, did you hear that a moment ago? It seems like they're still trying to figure it out.
I'll like kind of tap my brother on the shoulder
Sure.
and wander over towards that table.
Oh, okay. The cloaked
Is there like
man
an
takes,
empty
like,
seat there?
There's not, but you could easily grab a chair from nearby and just kind of stick it by the table.
What, Lug? You cat me?
Yeah, come on, we're going for a walk.
Alright.
I'm gonna go over and grab a seat and just kind of like flip it around so it's backwards and like sit on it, like right by their table.
The high elf seems almost disgusted by your presence, like...
Follow my brother and do the same.
Yeah, these two orcs go over and just like flip chairs and sit down. He looks over, and the man with the cloak over his head takes like a brief sort of turn in your direction. But it's the high elf who speaks first. He just looks over and goes, "Can I help you?"
Doing my best to keep my voice down, I'll say, I hear talks of necromancers in town.
And what's it to you?
Well, my brother and I, pretty good at cracking heads. Thought we might try and take care of this for you.
He looks at the two of you, and I'd like you to make an intimidation check, please.
Funny, I was gonna say I'm just staring at them.
Yes.
Because I don't know what I'm there for, so I may as well look intimidating.
You can also roll if you wish.
Hey.
That's a 20 intimidation.
Lug one thinks he's being charming with a smile. Is
That
actually
one. baby.
Lug looks confused.
So Lug, you're second over here, and your brother had kind of taken up most of the space by this like sidewall table. So you're like fiddling with your chair right now, just like trying to get it into the right position. And meanwhile,
Damn human contraption.
Lug 2, you're just like staring him down as you tell him that you'll take care of this problem, and he seems to believe you. And he goes, "Okay, well, between you and me, there's necromancy going on in the lower wards. don't plan on staying here any longer. I've heard about Jarma, the things he does. Tear this city apart from the inside. Doesn't even need to siege the walls. I don't plan to be in here when that business happens. Did you guys make it in through the port?
Yeah, we did.
Saw you come
As
in
I
earlier,
kinda, like-
all wet there.
Kind of like wring my my loincloth out a little bit.
Yeah. He goes, what do you think the odds of escape through there are?
Port right now. I like give him a once over. Does he look like he has any fighting potential?
No.
You'd be dead before your body hit the water.
He looks over and shares a glance with his companion across the table. Turns back to you and he says, well, for all our sakes, I hope you're talking about with this necromancer is true then. You sure you could take him on?
I like glance back towards the bar where Tiffany and Bizarre are still like chugging ale and
Yeah, we.
slamming meat stew down their face.
Yep.
And I'm like, me, my brother, and those two up there, there's nobody we could take on. Now listen, if you're intent on getting out of here, if running's is what you got your mind set on, wait till tomorrow morning. There's a little surprise waiting in the morning, sunrise. It's probably your best bet to get out.
He looks over at the other one here, and you see that this cloaked man, for a brief moment, kind of lifts his hood enough, like turns his head up so that he can stare at you for a brief moment, and then he turns back, and you hear a voice that comes out from under the cloak, and he says, thanks for the advice.
You want to get out of here alive, you got to find that necromancer and tell us where he is. We got stuff to deal with in the morning.
The High Elf
You
continues
guys-
speaking and says, we have no idea where he is. It's simply rumor amongst the townsfolk. But from what
That's
I've
why
heard,
you got to find out for us.
he looks over and he says, the only thing that I plan on doing this evening is getting some rest before whatever this thing is you've talked about tomorrow.
That's fair.
I don't plan
If
on
you
trying
guys-
to escape on 2 hours of sleep.
If you guys do talk with anybody, then yourselves, anyone who sounds like they got any bit of information about the necromancer, tell them to come find us at the bar.
The High Elf looks over towards you and gives you a nod. So does the cloaked man. And then the cloaked one speaks and says, let's get some rest. And the High Elf gives a knowing sort of nod to him, and the two of them kind of respectfully bow in your direction and then get up to head to their rooms.
What race are these two guys?
The cloaked one seems to be a human. High Elf for the other one.
Did the cloaked one not say much?
Yeah, he said very little.
It's just like a all-human town. Like, is it weird to see a high elf here?
It's mostly human, and that's what you've seen for the most part as well. But there are the occasional... It seems, at least, that there's the occasional member of a different race. Like in the
Wow.
tavern, for instance, you guys are kind of all the diversity that there is, as well as this high elf.
Well, you
I'm
look
gonna-
like a necromancer there, quiet one.
I think they already left.
Well, if I saw that, I would have wanted to
Yeah.
ask him that.
He would be like partway getting up from his chair here, and he'd look over at you. And he doesn't say anything at first. He just kind of stares at you. Says, "You don't know what you're talking about."
Can I make a miracle insight check?
Please.
We have a +1.
Miracle. 11 is not a miracle.
Nope. Sure isn't.
You're not certain if he's telling the truth or not.
I'll put my chair back, walk back up to the bar,
Okay.
and I'll hail the barkeep first chance I get. I don't want to like interrupt him his business, like
Sure.
when he comes around.
Your group is the main ones at the bar. Most people are over by the stage there. And he says, yeah, what is it?
You know anything about those two that were sitting back there? And I'll point over at their table.
He gives you a nod. couple of adventurers came through a little while ago, got stuck in town when the siege started. I think they've been aiming to get out of here, but, well, obviously that's easier said than done.
Came in here right before the siege.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, God. Rented a room a little while back. Why?
They've been up to anything fishy?
He pauses for a second. He says, no, they always paid their bills. Kind of keep to themselves. Order food. Don't seem to drink much.
I finished my bowl of soup like that I held up to my face, slam it on the ground, and you're like, "You two orcs looking to pick up some men? Why so much interest?"
I'll,
What you been doing?
I'll thank the barkeep for his information. Kind of like gesture that what I'm about to do is private.
Sure. Yeah, he gives you a nod and, suddenly feels the urge to go clean a portion of the bar that's further away from you.
I got word. My ears here. Always to the ground. There might be some dark magic using fuckers in town. Oh, you.
I heard that creaking noise, and I just imagined them like leaning forward in like a rickety old bar bench.
Nothing
That's
gets
past
me
old
going
lug too here.
Nothing gets me going worse than no good scum who's got to use magic because his fists can't do his work.
Necromancy translates roughly to dark magic fuckers in Orcish.
I don't know
Are we
about
all
you
speaking
two.
in Orcish?
Sure, if you want.
I
It's up to you.
assume.
Yeah.
All right, because
Yeah.
all of us understand.
Yeah, if you're gonna
We
speak in
brought-
private, then yeah, you probably do that.
I don't know about you two, but maybe after this business in the morning, we might go rustle us up a necromancer or two for lunch.
I approve.
All right then.
Likewise.
I'll slam whatever is left of my ale and I'm off to bed. I think it's gonna be an early morning.
Right, did we find out how much it's gonna cost to stay here?
You haven't yet. However, you are pretty sure that the barkeep's gonna let you stay here for free.
Oh.
As long as you don't wreck his bar, as you said.
Fuck it up.
Yeah. Which you haven't.
That's
You
the
guys have
price.
sat
No.
and, gotten some drink and food, but you haven't fucked up his bar, so.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Lucian. When I made that perception check, I thought you were gonna tell me that there was like Jarmaz guys here, and I was gonna go fuck up the bar. I was gonna walk over and put a chair over his head.
I was worried that anything I told you was gonna result in the bar being fucked up. I figured it was gonna happen anyway, but yeah.
I got a 12 wisdom. I can,
Chill for
do a
minute.
little bit of street smarts.
All right, so are we all turning in for the night then? 'Cause we
Yeah.
seem to be all
the plan?
chill.
That's the
Yeah.
plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Sooner
ahead
we
and
go to
roll
bed,
some
the
luck
sooner
for
we-
you guys.
We fight those
Oh,
guys
God.
in the morning.
Oh no.
Okay, you finally got a good luck roll. A long rest for
Holy
everybody.
fuck!
Yeah, you got a 16. A long rest for everybody. You wake up the next day feeling rested, and you wake up early as the day calls for it, and you guys all know that you have some stuff to get to. One of you before bed remembers to let the barkeep know, and he wakes you guys bright and early. You all get that long rest, and you can refresh your stuff on your sheets. Where are you guys off to first? What do you guys want to do?
That
The
tower.
watchtower.
Nice.
Get
Okay.
right to business.
We're fairly simple people.
Bright and
Go
early, you guys head
murder
to the
all the-
watchtower. It's interesting seeing the city no longer as a dark silhouette, but like properly in the light of day. As you guys make your way out towards the port, you can see all the piers that go out into the water. But there's a curving wall right here that you can see on the map that actually goes straight out into the ocean. And there's like there's crenellations all along the top, like battlements you can walk across. And it ends in an incredibly large tower, like a proper lighthouse. However, it's equipped with what seems to be like some weaponry there. And As you guys walk towards the port, you can see that there's people who are now awake during the day, going about their business and whatnot. And the port is it is totaled. There's like this one galley, which looks like it's being patched up, by the way. You can see craftsmen that are like hammering planks into place and whatnot. But perhaps more excitingly, you can see there's just wreckage everywhere. There's like, oh, that's half a ship. That's a floating door. Like, there's like 10 bodies or whatever. Everybody's kind of trying to clean the place up, and the guards are sifting through the wreckage, like pulling bodies out, grabbing coin and usable weapons and whatnot, and going through the death count. And you can see literal, what's the word I'm looking for? Wagons, like huge wheelbarrows that people are like, bring out your dead, just throwing them on there from the port. And there's a bonfire nearby where they're just incinerating mass bodies from last night's battle.
Smells good.
As this is happening, there's a huge perimeter around that scene where the peasants don't go, where guardsmen are standing by nearby, and they have like sticks in their hands, staves that they use to kind of cajole people, like, move along, sir. This isn't your business. And when you guys approach, one of the guards gives a knowing look. He seems quite tired. You're pretty sure he was somebody from last night who's been up, and he seems relieved to see you guys, and he goes, oh, hey. Looking for the captain?
Yeah.
Here to do the business.
Yeah, he calls over to another guard, and he goes, Avik, take my spot. I'll be back in a sec. And another guard nods and steps over, and he begins to lead you guys.
Cool.
Eventually takes you up towards what looks to be an opening in the side wall. You guys pass a few layers of guard until you get over here and are gradually brought up a sort of spiraling staircase that ends in the top of the wall. And this is the first time that you guys can see over to the other side. There are trenches which have been laid in around the wall in like 3 or 4 layers in some spots of just battlements, and you see hundreds of men, given that the city guard probably has like maybe 500 if they're lucky, plus you guys. Like there's thousands outside of the city. And you can see what look to be siege towers that are being constructed like far out of range of normal shots. You can see what look to be catapults that are being finally like cranked up and getting ready to go. There's temporary buildings and like tents and whatnot. It looks bad. As you guys are looking over the side here, a call comes out before you can really say anything about the whole thing, and you see a familiar face. It's the captain from last night who had pulled you guys out of the pier. He goes, bright and early, good to see you all. Worried you wouldn't show up?
You were. What, you didn't think we would?
We're gonna miss the fight, sir.
And miss these odds as I look over.
The captain looks over, but he doesn't seem to share your enthusiasm. And as he looks at it, he goes, it's gonna be a tough one.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were being serious. My apologies, sir.
He looks over and he goes, come on, one thing at a time. Guard tower here has been holed up for some while. Last battle where they broke in was a few days back. It's good to see that some new help finally made it in. A lot of my guard are tired. Been working double shifts, keeping up. There's talk amongst the peasants that things aren't right in the town and they can't get any supplies in for obvious reasons. He looks over the side of the wall towards all the trenches. Finally got the boats cleared up though. That'll help.
Well, you get some men and tell them to be ready to man this tower in the next half hour or so, all right?
As you guys are going further, you get to this point in the wall, like right here, where it sort of turns, and you can see a straight path down to this this tower. And you guys are up maybe like 40 feet into the air, and down along this wall, you can see what looks like a large group of guards, probably about 30 men. Or probably, no, sorry, not quite that many. Probably around like maybe 20 men, maybe 24, who are standing there over by what looks to be a very impressive wooden door. and you guys are eventually led up. The guard captain gives a nod to all his men. They give a nod to him. And you find out that this one that's been leading you around isn't actually like the main guard captain. There's somebody next to him who seems even more decorated than he and looks to be an elderly gentleman of some kind. And he looks over and he goes, "Good, I'll leave this to you then." And he gives like a pat to the one there. Goes, "I'm gonna get something to eat," and turns to leave. And the guard captain that you guys have been speaking to turns over towards you all and he says, "So this is how it's gonna go down." And we will end session there.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Starting with
As I'm,
combat.
as I'm taking out my big drum.
This is how it's gonna go down.
Start playing the Halo drums.
I'm just like the percussion in the background.
Well, I'd like to congratulate all of you guys on surviving this session. I think you guys did fantastic. That was good shit.
God,
It's pretty
awesome.
great.
That was amazing.
For a very, very awesome fight, I would like to award you a red token, a power token for the first session. The way this works is you send me a private message through Discord, and I want you to vote for somebody in the group, and tell me like a moment that you think was really awesome, either RP or combat or whatever it was, and you get one vote. Let me know, and the person who gets the highest vote will get the token. However, both Z here and Jimmy will not be getting tokens because they're already in Monday. So it's basically a vote.
So vote for Taslin or Will.
Exactly, yes. Although obviously those odds will change a bit once we get Uchi and some other folks in here.
Yeah.
So I can only vote for Taslin. All right.
Yeah.
well,
I was to say, does that mean we don't even need to vote? Like.
I mean, I'll write Aleutian a cool thing Taslin did.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
do that. So
Yeah. All right. That'll work.
it'll come down to our wild cards here who are not actually going to be getting anything. So let's see here. Oh. Okay, I got one vote in.
Shit, so quick.
Yeah, dude. Type a description that fast.
I typed in barbarian.
Okay, I've got another vote. All right.
Sure, that'll work.
Okay. The token. Oh, Jesus. Wait, hold on. Am I retarded when it comes to counting? I'm super retarded.
It was a barbarian session. We're all
there's
retarded.
only 4 votes.
Aleutian will have to read the reasons, and then if there's a tie, at least in the event of a tie, he would have to look at the reasoning we wrote and put his 2 cents in.
It goes to Tiffany. You can add a single power token. I'd like you to write that down in your own personal notes and remind me when
Alright.
episode 2 comes around. I have here, for that moment where you break into the bottom of the ship here, like a wolf that has just smashed its way into a nursery.
Hey, you're welcome.
And I've got another one here for the tumbling into a ballista and becoming a human cannonball. Both great moments, I agree. A very well-earned little boost there for episode 2. So enjoy that.
There were so many good moments this session, though.
It was a very good session. I'd like to thank all the players. I think you guys did great. All the audience, thanks for tuning in. It's always good to have you. And to all the patrons, we couldn't do any of this without your support and donations. So thank you very much. And we will see you guys on Monday next week. So adios.
Just a real quick illusion.
Yes.
You taking a break for the holiday?
No, I don't really give a fuck about all this. I mean, Christmas Day, I'm expecting no one to be around, so we probably won't play Christmas Day. But for anything else, I don't really. If people are there, we'll play. If they're not, we won't.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's save the game. Oh no. Let's not overwrite Monday's game.
That would be bad.
No. Yep, that would be bad. There we go. Perfect.
Alright.
that?
This is the campaign we definitely need to keep track of our kill counts. Because those are they're gonna go up by a lot. My God.
And at the end, I want, if I succeed in beating Tiffany's kill count, I want to challenge him to a duel as the culmination.
Ah, all right. You'll probably win unless I get some like enchanted axe or
I
something.
think you're stronger than me. I'm just faster.
Nope. I do have more health than you.
But you have more health. You have Sentinel, right?
I do have Sentinel, which doesn't do anything unless you're attacking someone else or trying to run away.
Well, actually, with mobile, if I attack you, then I can
It
run away
cancels out
without.
mobile, actually.
Yeah. Isn't it the other way? Mobile makes it so you can't do a reaction against me if I attack him.
I think.
I thought Sentinel had a special thing that was like, even if you... Well, I don't know, actually. Mobile might cancel it out, yeah.
Yeah, I think it does.
For 1v1, a mobile's pretty good. Especially melee people.
Let me look at this Reddit thread.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna kill stream. Peace out, stream. Thanks for coming by. We'll see you guys later.
Thanks for coming by, stream.